What did you, sir? Where?
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, literally up ARSE. It doesn't work. This is the blasphemy right here.
Yeah.
It's because it's on an image, and it's a proper noun. So maybe try it in the chat.
What? Arse?
Barcella.
Nope. See, it's doing that. That's what.
I'm gonna go dig into the settings and see if I can't turn on after the session.
This is ridiculous. Can't even
All
say the
right.
name of this town.
Nope.
Permissions.
Preepola.
Beepola?
That's essentially what it. That's essentially what
People.
it would be if we had the censor button. Beepola.
Oh, Beepla. So it'd be the censored version of Hoopla.
Thank you. You just drudged up some D&D PTSD, dick. Our barbarian would scream that before he would run into combat.
Well, at least
Mind
that's
you, this
something
is the
funny.
barbarian with an intelligence of 20. And that's the best he could come up with. It's like, seriously, you're super intelligent, and that's the best battle cry you can come up with?
I see some lighting effects going on over here.
I noticed like the whole table turned darker for a moment.
Yeah.
And now
Is somebody
changed.
doing some lighting effects?
Yes,
It's a
apparently I
disco.
can do that. Apparently I have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one.
Okay.
Alright.
Are we done fucking around now? We all good to go?
Yeah, I've started the strum, so I'm ready.
Yep.
Whenever anyone is.
Jake, somebody delete that. We're live.
Delete
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
All the chat stuff?
No,
No.
not the chat stuff. No.
I wish it was that simple.
You mean this up here?
No, that's
Okay.
fine. No,
Okay.
that's fine. Sora was drawing
Sora
something that
drew a
shouldn't have.
switch. Sora drew a switch. No,
Yes.
no, Pel's not gonna get it. It's a red versus blue joke.
Yes.
He drew a dongle on the table.
A dongle.
Do you want me just to come out and fucking say it? He drew a penis. He drew a PP on the table.
It wasn't that hard to say the scientific term for it.
What is it, like you can't say it on Twitch? Is that what you're saying? Moving
Sad
on.
fact, Sora, if I can see it, I'm pretty sure somebody else can see it.
Yeah. True.
It blends in just enough to not be noticeable if, you don't notice somebody doing it.
Oh, I see that.
Okay.
Yeah, quit pointing
Anyway.
it
Oh,
out.
okay.
Alright. Alright.
I was gonna tab it. I won't do that. I'll tab this again.
Arse.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
everybody
you're allowed to
chill
say
out.
butt on stream, so that's not like the worst thing.
I mean,
Okay.
you can drop the F-bomb, too. Just, not like I do off-stream. everybody here? Everybody can speak?
Yee,
Yes.
Good to go.
I'm fine. Ready.
Alright. So last we left off, if I remember correctly, everybody was at the tavern.
Yes.
So next morning, crack at dawn, there's a knock at all of our doors. Hey, you need to get up. We gotta go. The ship's gonna leave.
There's
This
a
is your
boat.
wake-up call.
Give me
Here,
5
get on
more
that dang
minutes,
boat.
mommy. No.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Hey, I even went to sleep early, hoping I'd get up in time.
I could quote
I'm
Daffy
uh,
Duck,
I'm
but I'm not going to.
I'm already awake, sitting up on my bed, meditating.
You're just waiting for that level perk where you don't need to eat or sleep anymore, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Alright, so we gather our stuff and we make our way to the dock. And Jake, if you would be so kind as to load in the boat.
Das Boot.
Tables. Let's see.
Something Das Boot.
I'll try square. Which can we have a different fucking square?
No, this is the square.
Tables. Square. Apparently they just have the shiny ass looking shit. Okay,
What?
fine. Whatever.
I mean, it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me erase my circle.
Get rid of
I
circles.
erase Sora's butt.
You erase his
You raised Sora's ass.
Sad.
That's quite the feat.
No shit.
I'm gonna need a bigger eraser. Alright, so we're gonna be boarded. Alright, so this, here, and here are the upper deck. We got 4 tables up here. This is basically where the crew's working. This area over here in the middle is outside. We would have boarded. God damn it! I thought I grabbed everybody from here. So
Okay, so this one on the left is the outside.
that
Middle,
so that's
bottom, top. Sorry, I kind of did it out of order because I was busy on the middle.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, you said that this section here in the very middle of the boat was outside.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to refresh my memory there. So, we've arrived. We're on the boat. We're out. We're on deck. There's a door to our left, and the crewman that's bringing us on the boat goes, "Okay, well that's storage for cargo. You don't need to go in there." These stairs to your right over here will lead you up to the upper deck over there. Yep. These stairs over here will lead you to those stairs, to where the cabins are. And then that's about it.
Alright, I think that makes sense.
Okay, and then he leads you to your rooms. Everybody, grab a
You can have a
which
room.
of these? Grab your pencil,
A pencil.
your line tool,
Okay.
and pick a room.
Pick a room,
And
money
then
a room.
Just mark it. Just mark it so we have them color coded.
Alright. Can I mark like the door? Does that work?
You can mark the door. You can mark the floor inside. you're just gonna mark it so we can see which one's which.
Okay, so
Well,
we'll know which.
Well, yeah. Okay, that works, Jake.
Okay,
Hmm.
I will just take this one here, the one at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have the nice purple door here. I don't have to fill the whole thing in. You can tell. Okay.
Yeah, as long as we can tell which one's yours.
Yeah. The purple door.
I'll take that one.
Okay. I got that one.
And I'm just taking the one kind of near the stairs.
Actually, I honestly think that works a little better. Go ahead and mark it like Sora did.
Okay.
Oh, the yellow X.
Yeah, with like the yellow
Giant
X.
X.
Just mark off your room.
Well, see, mine's a little less visible on the.
You're not even drawing anything.
There.
Yeah, nothing came out, man.
What?
Oh,
You,
I
What
got
do you-
disconnected.
Yeah, I got timed out.
Jake fucking lost it.
I definitely drew an X on that on my.
Oh.
Not on our end. I'm still
Yeah,
here.
it didn't get to you. That's why.
Yeah, I drew an X already too.
I see your X on the door, Cat. I'm just saying, just X out your room.
You saw the
that's
one I
that's
drew on
nice.
the door, right? Like the.
I see the scribbles on the door. I don't
Yeah,
see
okay.
anything else.
Yeah, I started drawing an X inside the room, and that never happened.
Yeah, and then it just kind of shit out.
Yeah. So was I the only one who disconnected, or did everybody?
I did.
Everybody
Okay.
but Jake and myself.
Okay. All right, let's try. Let me try drawing that again in there. It didn't. The X was too powerful to draw on here.
I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
okay.
see that.
Yeah,
now
it
you can-
didn't do the one I had. I actually erased that one.
Okay, so now you can see it. All right.
Yeah,
I was doing it like that.
yeah, that works.
All right.
Man, Noril's all on his own.
Pal, you make that thing any thicker, we're gonna start digging there for treasure.
No, I'm good.
X
Okay.
marks a spot.
At the end of the hall,
What are you
where
doing?
we marked off. That does not get erased, that stays.
That is the thick room.
That's the
Yes.
thick room. Wait, I'm in the thick room. Huh? It has this photo of this thick raccoon guy. I don't know. Never mind.
Could you stop, Zora, please?
That's not the no. Mine's the thick room. Oh, that's
No,
the
it's
thick
big.
room. Okay.
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 Can we move on, please?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's gone now. Okay.
The thick captain quarters.
Okay. So, no more pencils, please. Pencils
All right.
down.
All right.
Fences away. Okay, have
Okay.
hand again.
So at the end of the hall, where our rooms are, that is the captain's quarters.
I figured.
That's the thick captain's quarters. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what?
Okay.
Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna roll with it. The captain's a big man.
Okay.
He big.
I mean, he's got a big bed.
Yeah, I know,
His-
right?
His name is Captain Lardass.
Captain Lord.
No.
No.
His name is Captain Megumi.
Captain
I can't
Magoo-
pull
yeah.
anything else out. Yeah, because I can't pull anything else out of my ass right now.
Okay. So, since we have boarded the ship, what is everyone doing?
Offloading her stuff, putting it in her room, in her chest.
Yeah,
in the chest
I
that
think-
you-
Actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Every
check
room
out
has
my.
a chest. You can put your personal belongings in. You can lock it, keep the key with you. All
Okay.
that fun stuff.
Cool.
Need to pull up my character sheet.
Alright, was that 15 the thickness scale of the captain?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. That was just sitting there from the last one.
Oh, okay.
Do Cat Bell, Jake, do you guys divvy up the medicine for the next 30 days? Or are you
Yes.
gonna meet up for a place and drink it there?
I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna drink the whole damn thing.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
you-
going.
you-
We're going to. Okay, we're going to divvy it up, and we are going to drink it carefully.
Okay. Do you drink one now? As we're leaving the port?
I mean, we just got here.
Everyone can make. You guys can make a choice. If you want to have one now, then we can. As for
Oh,
okay, as for me, I am going to, at the very least for now, I'm going to remain cautious and not consume one for now.
I mean, we aren't going anywhere.
We're currently leaving port.
Okay.
yeah. I'm not taking one right now.
No.
Okay. I'll be asking again in a little bit, so. Alright, you guys are somewhat free to move around the ship. Stay out of the cargo hold, the two rooms at the front of the bow, the little. I wouldn't say that's a storage room there. I'd say it's like a chapel to a sea god.
What about the beds?
The bed? What beds?
The one.
Those beds?
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
Crew.
One's for the
crewmates.
priest. Yeah, crewmates. And then, of course, we got like a little temple or altar thing in the back of this room here
Ah, okay.
for a sea god.
Oh, I originally designed it just as extra storage.
Oh, they can have a little shrine in there too.
I guess.
Most
It's a
sailors are
storage
superstitious,
shrine.
so
It's the portable storage shrine. There we go.
it's a
Perfect.
storage. I was about to say it's a storage shrine. What do they worship? Hoarders?
they will use that. They will
No.
use that room for extra storage should they need it, but otherwise they use it as a chapel.
Where is it? The chapel? Yeah.
It's a multi-purpose extra room they have.
Ah.
But yeah, there's a little shrine to a sea god towards the front of that room. We'll say it's those boxes there.
Praise you, merciful Poseidon.
Uh,
Technically, they don't worship Poseidon. They worship a god I'm pulling from another D&D campaign I watched called Osprey.
Okay. I was about to also say the other part of that, but curse you, merciful Poseidon.
Mm.
It would have been funnier if Bender called him an asshole.
True, but anyway.
All right, you guys are free to move around. We've all dropped our stuff off. We're moving out to sea. What's everybody doing?
I have pretty much left uh, everything in my chest except for my musical instrument.
Refresh my memory. What is that?
The Lyre. It's
The
the
liar.
stringed harp. Yeah, stringed harp-like instrument, portable harp, basically.
Dude, I know what a liar is. Okay.
So are you playing it? Or are you
Not
just
right now. Not in my
oh.
room.
Oh
Uh,
well I didn't know. You just
have you been practicing your lyre?
Yes, I've been practicing my lies and slender. I mean, my lyre.
Mm.
Remember, on print it's liable.
True. Okay. I have been practicing, and as a matter of fact, you know what? I think I'll go ahead and do a bit of a warm up session in my room for now.
Okay, I'm gonna say this now. All the other rooms are occupied by other guild members traveling.
Okay.
If I could do a black real quick. With my pen, I'll just mark those off. Okay, I didn't hit apply. So those are all occupied.
Alright.
Oh, great. Well, that means that I pretty much even just doing warm up and practice, I think I do need to roll for performance.
No, I would say they're out and about on the ship.
Okay.
I mean, it's still morning, I'm sure.
It's at this point, it's late enough at morning. We're just now hitting the sea. They're lowering the mainsails and getting ready to set our course. Get us moving.
Okay, well, for me, I'm just taking the time to do a bit of practice, warm ups. What's everybody else doing?
Okay, I'm gonna go down the list. Sora, what's Ava doing?
She goes ahead and heads to the middle deck, takes a look around, sees the people, looks at the people.
Okay, she sees a bunch of some faces she recognizes from the guild, some faces she doesn't. Nobody really that she's really actually had a full-on conversation with.
So nobody I should worry about.
No.
Hmm.
No, pretty much everybody on this ship is about the same level in the guild. You're probably the highest ranked person on the ship right now.
But they're still part of the guild, which is the issue. Fine.
You want to use the thing, don't you?
Maybe.
Mm.
Okay. Pick a table.
No.
Pick a table.
No, these are all guild members. Go screw yourself.
Yes, but some of these guys are rookies. That's why you haven't seen them before.
Right here. And I have that for a specific reason.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, you are now sitting at a table full of newbies. And just to clarify this, Nero would have after hearing you leave, Nero would have made her way and sat here with the people that are about your rank, and they just kind of give her a funny look. She just shushes them, and then points over to you and goes, "Just watch."
My rank. Say what?
They're a rank below you. They're close enough.
Okay. So, newbies.
And they the dudes I'm sitting with just kind of look at you and go, "Okay."
Who fancies their luck?
All right. are you standing on side of the table or are you sitting in one of the chairs?
I'm sitting in one of the chairs.
Okay. The the young, naive gentleman sitting there goes, I fancy myself a gambling man. What are we playing?
We're playing. How do I say this?
Luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw.
And he goes, I don't know the rules to that particular game.
Are any of these people magicians or magic users?
There is one, but she's sitting all by her lonesome over here.
I kind
And
of
upon hearing, because I'm guessing you guys are speaking fairly loudly to the outside. She heard it. You can see her snicker.
I pull out the cards and I start shuffling.
And she's smiling almost as wide as Nira is right now, while the guys around me are like, oh, crap. And you see this gentleman sitting here, if the tab will go through, there, slowly sink under the table.
So,
To clarify this, you are notorious in the guild for doing this to rookies.
so I fan out the cards in one hand completely. Pick one.
And he kind of fingers over it and then pulls one from the far left.
Noril just feels like shivers down his spine. Something's not right.
It's like so I'm sitting here
Something's
plucking. I'm like I'm holding the wire and I'm like, ting, ting, ting. Fuck.
Jake, you have with that you have snapped a string.
Yes, I just snapped a string because there was a shiver that shot up my spine.
So, roll 0 for the NPC. I want you to roll a number between 1 and 22. It's like
Do you want me to pick a number between 1 and 22?
Sure.
Or roll one?
You could pick one.
1 and 22.
You don't know the card list, do you?
No, I don't know the card list.
Okay.
That's half the fun of this. I don't know the card list.
Okay.
That's why I'm thinking about it. Let's go with 8.
No.
This fucking newbie is so goddamn lucky.
Oh no.
0. Okay, because you're the DM, I cannot do anything past this point.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
Oh no.
Motherfucker! I haven't even fucking rolled these assholes up. I didn't
Looks
think
like you're
something like this
gonna.
would.
Looks like you're gonna be making an important NPC, aren't you?
Maybe later we'll have him pop back up. Motherfucker. Well, they're not mages, so I'm not gonna give him anything out of that section of this. No. He is. I'm gonna say he's a ranger. Who's that? So he's a ranger. Okay. Alright, I got it. So he pulls the card, and the card immediately, I'm guessing this is how this works, changes itself into a very elegant looking longbow. Handle, gold, white wood, gold inlay running along the sides, and I would say 4 odd sun-like symbols in it. And he just kind of looks at it and goes, "Ooh, what is this?" And then you see like the information hits him. He knows what it is because I'm like I said, I'm guessing that's what it does.
I put my I stand up. I put my cards away. I walk next to the guy. I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "You're gonna go far." And then I walk over here to you. And glomp.
And Nira grumbles and pouts. Give me just a second. I will drop that into the to the general real quick. The pout that Nira's doing. There we go. Well, the guys immediately recognize both of us and start laughing. And one of them points to me and goes, "You just can't get her off your back, can ya?"
Well, I tried.
All right. Next person.
I'll just, sir, I'll tell you what it is now.
Okay.
Just what it is, not what it does. If you want to look it up, you
Okay.
can.
Okay. Oh no. I think I know what this is. Oh no.
It's a damn good bow, that's what it is. And the rookie,
Holy.
I do believe that requires attunement. Yes. Fuck, I can't remember what page that was on. Shit, I lost it. Oh no, there it is. Yep. The rookie immediately runs off downstairs to attune to his new tool. I'll have to give him a name later. When somebody decides to ask.
Okay.
Okay, now what's going on? By the way, everybody on the middle deck, you hear a door slam. And like cheers of glee.
Holy fuck. That is fucking insane.
I said he was a ranger, and that's the first one I saw.
God.
I'll tell everybody what he got after.
All right. You guys is turn.
Alright, so we know what Jake's up to. Kat, what are you doing after you hear that door slam? He's literally between you two.
Oh,
He's literally in this room
okay.
here. So you both hear it nice and loud, and he's like hooping and hollering, and then it
It
goes
makes
quiet.
me jump like that.
He is a happy, happy boy.
I
Cause
don't
I
know
hear
why,
a
but
door
when
slam
you said,
suddenly, it's like.
I don't know why, but when you said it makes me jump, I immediately thought of you jumping so high you hit your head on the roof.
Yeah, we don't follow cartoon logic here. I'm sorry. We have we have somewhat cartoon humor, but no cartoon logic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I thought of it. I didn't say that that happened.
Well, I wouldn't have let it fly anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
All right.
I was
So
holding my bubble pipe, and I was good. I was. It made me drop it because of the door slam. And so I pick it up, and I'm gonna walk outside. First, I look around, see like see where the like I know it was really loud, so I wasn't sure like that person was okay. And so I knock at the door.
And
I don't know. I knocked at the door.
there is no answer, and all you hear is "Go away, I'm busy."
Okay.
Go away, I'm busy.
And so I walk onto deck, and
I choose to leave that joke be.
it's like, okay. I guess I'll like sit over here and use my bubble pipe.
Okay, as you come up, the guy's sitting with me and Ava on my back, which is not an unusual sight for you at this point.
Yeah.
Just kind of look at you and then look at Ava, or Ava's head poking over my shoulder and go, "One of yours?" Okay, we'll move on to Peld because Sora's being quiet.
Wait, what happened?
So when Viesa walked up the stairs, they looked at her, waved, and then they looked at you with your head poking over my shoulder and went, "One of yours?"
One of maybe.
Maybe.
I
I
turned
guess I
my
could
head,
have
then I
waved
poked you in
back,
the
but
eye
I
with
didn't
one of my
hear that
horns.
part.
Okay, Pellwood, what are you up to?
okay, so I heard that same noise that was going on out here. So I
Yes,
also
because his room is in between yours.
yeah, and I also heard the go away. So I'm like, okay, I guess he's busy. So I also, I guess, go up here and I was, I heard, the whole a bit of that little conversation that was going on, but I just decided to come up here too. So
And when you come up the stairs, the lovely young half elf there gives you a wink and looks at me and goes, "I hope he's not seeing you." To and immediately snap back. You're lucky she's holding on to me, otherwise I'd throw you off the ship.
and here I am, kind of noticing what's going on, but
You see, you see Nira looking a little pissed off,
I'm like,
which kind of
hmm.
scares you a little bit because you've seen her angry but not pissed.
Like, well, I'm sure
And
there's a good reason for that.
you see the young lady laughing.
I'm sure eventually I'll know more about that situation.
Not for me, you won't. All right, so everybody else is up on deck. Noril, are you coming up?
Right now I need to take time to restring this thing.
During the whole incident with the slamming door and whatnot, you probably would have restrained it by now.
Okay.
I don't
So
think it
I've got
takes
my
that
instrument.
long.
No, if he was a bard and in combat, it would essentially just take an entire turn.
Yeah, so I got that restrung, and I take a deep breath, and then I make my way up. I overheard everything, and I just decided to like, you know what? I'm just gonna
You
walk.
you didn't
I'm
hear
just
him
gonna.
say go away. That was quiet. You heard the door slam and the hooping and
Yeah, I
hollering
heard the
and the
door
happy boy.
slamming and then that going on, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna bother.
I'm not gonna ask questions. Okay, as you come up
Yeah.
the stairs, I want you to stop right here.
Okay.
As you reach that point, the gentlemen around the table with me and Ava look at you and go, "Ah, Noril." I see, and one of them points at the lyre and goes, "I see you're still messing with that little thing. I hope you've gotten better since your last trip."
I would assume that I have because I have been sticking to it all this time.
And one of them laughs. "Are you sure? Why don't you play us a song?"
You guys are really gonna make me play again, are you?
And
Play a
he
song.
goes,
Like,
Yes, play a
and
song.
and
Play
the
a song.
and the one that and the young half elf woman looks at you and goes, "Yes, we are. Because the last time you did it, somebody's ears started bleeding."
And you guys haven't really eased up on your fair share of criticism either. Okay. Yes,
After
I
an
shall.
incident like that, you think we will?
You have a fair point. Okay. So, is there anywhere that I need to be in order to do a performance, or am I good here?
They say, play where you like, as long as we can hear you.
Okay. I'll go ahead and stage myself here and the little bit of the center. And here I go.
Roll your performance.
Okay.
DC 15.
That is
That is a pass.
21 in total.
That's a pass.
Well, I have myself
You're the one playing. I'm not gonna describe what you're playing.
right. Well, I decide to prep myself for playing, and I proceed to play a familiar folk song that I learned through my progress of the experience with the lyre. And it's an old folk song that has a slow melody and a soft touch.
Dude, if you had rolled a 20, I'd have taken the reins. I would have. You would have been playing Stairway to Heaven if you had rolled a 20.
Mhm.
Like a nat 20 would have been Stairway to Heaven. That would have been fucking hilarious. And they, the the three high-ranking members here, the two rookies here, and the lovely young sorceress over here, all just watch in awe. These three are particularly of note because their jaws are hanging slack. Like they weren't expecting you to be as good at it as you are now after, I want to say, 6 months.
That sounds like a pretty decent time to get fair at the instrument.
Takes a month to learn a skill from somebody, so yeah.
So yes, at this point, that I'm just continuing my performance, and then I get to the end of the song, strum the strings lightly for the last chord, and end it.
And then Nero leans in and goes, "You guys want to pick your jaws up off the table?" To which the three immediately shake their heads and goes, "Wow, I I wasn't expecting that." Okay, moving back to Ava, still glued to my back.
Yes. Yes. Um, I uh I head up to
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, like what the?
Oh,
I
it
I got
disconnected.
disconnected.
kicked.
Oof.
Timeout, Steve server.
Achievement unlocked. Devoted.
And apparently, somebody in the global chat is saying Dragula by Rob Zombie.
Somebody's fucking singing it.
Probably.
Okay, I
I
have
have no
returned.
idea. I really have no idea what is causing that.
I head up to the top deck at this table, and I can drink here, right? They have like waiters and shit.
Yeah, yeah, they have waiters and shit.
Yeah, so I start drinking.
I mean, they do have that. That was it. The mead.
Yeah, that
That was.
mead that
That.
saved my. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, they do.
Question: when you go up there, do you drag Nira against her will, or do you just leave her?
I just leave her.
And once you leave and you're out of an earshot, I let out a sigh of relief. To which the three other members start laughing at.
Sorry. Meanwhile.
Meanwhile, back at the hacienda.
I was gonna go with meanwhile in our universe.
or,
Um,
or meanwhile, back on the boat.
going down the color order. Cat, what are you doing?
Uh, Still just relaxing and blowing my bubble pipe. I
Okay,
enjoyed the music, so I'm just relaxing.
Pelt.
Well, kind of thinking about everything that was going on the boat, but I'm also kind of looking out at the water a little bit. I don't really see much. It's mostly just water. I can barely even see like the dock anymore because I think we're far enough out. But
Yeah, it's been a couple of hours.
yeah,
We're a ways out.
can't see it now, so can't really see any other land, or at least not any that we're going to. So
No.
maybe see maybe some kind of, I don't know, not fish necessarily, but maybe some kind of something, just small creature in the water that I don't really recognize, but it's not a threat or anything, just
Just
aquatic
there.
life.
You see a couple of whales and a dolphin.
There's a huge whale. What? Like,
Um. Yeah, we're not talking Monstro, all right? We're not gonna
no,
run into
I'm not.
Monstro.
No, but whales. I mean, But yeah, I
good-
saw maybe a dolphin or two kind of jump.
yeah,
Know.
yeah. At this point, since we're on the high seas, the ship's rocking quite a bit. With the ship swaying and moving up and down and
Right.
rocking left and
Yeah.
right. And, yeah, do you guys take your medicine? You nip
Medicine.
it in the butt now? Yeah, they bought medicine against seasickness.
Who gets seasick?
Don't know. This is their first time. Those two, it's their first time on a boat. Oh, it's like
Mm.
Pellwood's second. Pellwood's second. Second or third time on a boat.
Yeah,
So I would know.
Yeah, I'm not new to the boat, but
You're not new to the boat, but you got it just in case.
yeah.
You've seen a sailor or two that have been on the water their entire life, leaning over the side of a ship, puking their guts out. So, yeah, you got it just in case. But yeah, this ship's moving and up and down, left, right. Goes diagonally at one point, and you don't know how the hell that happened. The captain looks confused as hell.
Hmm. I don't know. I can't say any of the boats I've been on have done that either. So.
So,
I think for me, I'm going to go ahead just to be on the safe side and take. Since I brought a dose with me, I'm going to take one dose.
roll a d20. DC 10.
Matched it.
Nice.
As you swig it, it tastes horrid, but you manage to keep it down. It's probably the third most disgusting thing you've ever put in your mouth in your life.
Everybody hears me cough a couple of times because of how terrible it tasted.
I glance over.
Yeah, DC's 10. You fail that, you're leaning over the side of the ship because of the taste got to you.
Mm.
Not
And
because you're seasick.
right,
You're puking because it's.
because it tastes worse than castor oil.
Tastes worse than 16-year-old vodka.
Oof.
Okay, and
That's nasty shit.
I take a moment. I take a moment to recuperate after that, get my bearings, and then I decide to go about doing doing one more song.
Okay? I want you to roll your performance again.
I think that's 22,
Yeah, you pass. You play another excellent song.
which is a little more of an upbeat, up tempo song that is more intended to get everybody in a better mood.
Everybody's already in a good mood. I mean, the guy that was hiding under the table has come up from under the table at this point.
Yeah, so as what
So,
I'm playing is kind of like a dance shanty sort of thing.
all right, are you playing a shanty or are you dancing? Are you playing a dance song?
It's sort of like a pub dance song. Yeah.
One of the sailors comes up and taps you on the shoulder and goes, "Why don't you play a shanty and we'll sing along?"
Audience choice, I guess.
Again, getting requests.
So
No, they just don't want to hear pub music on the sea.
all right, then I switch over. I guess I switch over to the most familiar shanty to me, which is a very commonplace one.
And the sailors, you can hear them, at least all the ones on the main deck, kick into song immediately. They're keeping time with you. They're, keeping the beat. They're keeping the tones. They're doing a good job. They're up there with you. The captain's kind of singing and swaying back and forth as the ship's rocking back and forth. So when it leans to the left, he's leaning to the right, and then vice versa. So he's leaning against the ship as he sings. Which is very impressive to watch if you do watch it.
So I suppose
moving. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I suppose at this point, since everybody's singing along with the shanty and all that, I
The
guess I'll
sailors
just
are. Everybody else is just listening happily. I'm not so sure about the other two. I'm not so sure
I
about
just-
Captain Pelt, but yeah.
I decide to not do any fancy moves. I just stand there and tap my foot with the rhythm. So at this point, I'm just in the performance, so it can continue.
All right. Ava's up top. Getting probably shit faced at this point. Cat, what's Viesa doing?
Let me see.
Are you gonna take your medicine? Are you gonna?
Yeah, I think I'll take the medicine.
Okay, roll the d20.
Oh boy.
That was a roll. I'll count that one. What do we got?
9.
Ooh, a 9.
Just done.
I'm gonna skim this one. You take that first step and you just kind of push the bottle away from you, but then you're like, I need to do this, and you force the rest of it down your throat. Put the bottle down. Just kind of lean against the table. To everybody else, you don't look so good right now. You're not gonna puke, but you look like you might.
Okay.
I mean, if somebody says something that disgusts you, or your character in any way, shape, or form, yeah, you're running for the banister.
Okay.
Pelwood, you get to watch that happen. You get to watch Viesa turn as green as her friggin' standee. Do you say anything afterwards, Cat?
I don't know.
For you, for your character, seeing as you were a hermit in the woods, that would probably be like the fourth most disgusting thing you put in your face. But I mean, for whatever is in it is getting to you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna do that roll every time you take the medicine, by the way.
Okay.
Pelwood.
I just saw almost
You just watched
disaster.
Viesa. Yeah,
Yes.
you just watched Viesa about toss her frickin' cookies. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna wait, actually. Like, it seems like this
Okay.
is stuff I absolutely should really need, like, if I really need it at this point.
I'm gonna say this. Once you start puking with seasickness, you're not gonna keep that stuff down. And that's if I decide to cast that die. So if you wanna roll the die, go ahead and roll the die. If you wanna hold off on it, that's up to you.
Maybe not yet, but soon. It feels like I will have to take it soon.
Okay. Like I said, if I decide to throw harsh waters at you and you haven't taken it, I'm gonna make you roll to see if you keep your lunch down.
Oh boy.
Well, either way, it seems like I'm gonna be.
It depends on your rolls, man.
Yee.
I'm not just gonna say you take the medicine, it tastes like shit and it works. I gotta at least make it somewhat of a double-edged sword. The shit works, it just tastes like shit.
Yeah, tell me about it. No.
Don't smell that good either.
Yeah, I could tell.
It smells like rotting fish heads.
Ew.
Hmm.
Tastes worse than that.
So what? You want to see how bad this stuff goes down?
That's the plan.
I don't know. I only sense disaster.
Yes, disasters.
When you take it, you're out of my hands. You're in the hands of God and the dice lords.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, just so you know, if you couldn't tell, I barely made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
even
is it?
lower it. I was gonna have the DC be 15, but I decided to lower it.
I don't know. Should I?
It is entirely your call. Now watch, he rolls a 20 with it.
No, I know that's not gonna happen.
You don't know that's gonna
I'm
happen.
usually the
That's...
worst case scenario with these things.
Dude, it's in the hands of our in Jesus. You don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean, you're not gonna have this stuff kill me, are you?
No, God, no, no.
No, the worst will be puking.
The worst will be you just leaning over the edge, just horking your guts out. Not literally.
Okay.
You will empty the contents of your stomach and then some.
Yeah, the worst that could happen, the worst that's gonna happen is vomit. That's it.
Mm,
And you'll feel a little ill for about an hour. I am not actively trying to kill you.
okay. All right. All right. You want me to go for this then? Like, I just know it's gonna end badly.
I'm
Either
gonna
way.
leave that up to everybody else.
If you know it's gonna end badly, then just
It,
go with your gut feeling and choose what you want to do.
Yeah, you don't have to take it.
It is your character, so therefore the choice is ultimately yours.
Oh, does everybody want to see something funny then?
I'm over here doing I'm over here
Well,
trying my best to do a
19.
performance.
you get it down and you... that's not that bad.
Huh. You all were worried. Wait, what?
You look at me and go, huh.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I maybe I made the right choice this time.
Maybe.
Yeah, if anybody rolls a 20 while taking that medicine, you chug that shit. All right. Nara's conversing with the three at the table as somebody comes over and offers, some food. They got a variety of cooked meats and whatnot, breads, fish, seafood.
Hmm.
So Nira and the three guild members take a meal. Um, we're going to go to uh, Jake. What's Noril doing? Are you still playing?
Currently at this point, uh, considering the fact that I do think that all the sailors are still singing, so I'm still going to be continuing to try to keep up.
Dude, you could stop at any time and they'll just keep going. You got them
I
started.
Right. I decide to, instead of just abruptly ending my performance, just end it to where everyone can stay on time, and I end it with that chord, and I step down.
And once you step down, one of the younger crew members comes up, taps you on the shoulder, and goes, "We want you drinking with us tonight."
Shit.
I'm not gonna penalize you for drinking booze.
Okay.
God, what kind of asshole DM do you think I am?
All right.
Seriously, out of everybody that's run a campaign with this right now, the only one who has almost killed you is Sora.
Okay. It's at that point that I turn around and I face the guy, and I decide to be completely honest with him, and I state, just so we're clear, I don't drink.
He goes, "Tonight, you do. You've earned it."
You just see Noril put his first finger and thumb in between the bridge of his nose, looking frustrated.
And Nero would look at him and go, "Oh, for fuck's sake, loosen up once in a while, you tight ass." And the table erupts in laughter.
Noril swiftly turns and looks at Nira and just has a glare and says, "You know I don't drink."
A little booze never killed ya.
Without another word, Noril just stomps his way back up, back down, and back into his room.
And as you stomp off, and once you get down the stairs, one of the other guild members turns to her and goes, "Wow, he's still a sourpuss?" And she just shrugs. You are completely the opposite of the monk I've enjoyed in Salute the Flump, who literally did magical cocaine in one episode.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing any of that.
Don't worry, I'm not throwing magical drow cocaine at us. Not for a long time. But yeah, a little booze ain't gonna kill him.
Well, he's already made his statement clear enough.
He has, but the sailors aren't gonna take that laying down. What is Ava doing?
She's just kind of drinking.
There's so up there, I didn't state it before because I was focused down here. There's a couple more guild members. Some of them recognize you, some of them don't. You see a couple more rookies.
Yeah, I'll just keep drinking.
And one of the rookies shyly comes up and uh, asks you who you are and why that one gentleman was trying to hide under the table.
Well, I am Ava. I've been around with the guild for quite some time. And him, he's just very lucky.
No, the one that hid under the table was very unlucky with his draw. He didn't draw the death, but he drew like something like almost as bad.
Wait, what?
So the dude sitting with Nira, the one sitting here,
Yeah,
who hid under the table,
yeah.
um, when you first met him when he was a rookie, you had him draw,
Okay.
and he didn't draw very well.
Okay.
So now every time he sees you pull those cards out, he either runs for the hills or hides.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll say like he was paralyzed for like a week or something.
Okay.
Some weird random effect that scarred him.
Yeah. Stop that. That's it. That's all I say.
He asks, "Are you able to do that with everyone?"
Nope.
He, he's he's a curious young lad, is what he is.
Fool.
He looks a little disappointed and goes, "Oh, okay, kinda."
If I see you again, I'll give you a chance.
Oh God, I hope he gets lucky too.
What she gets
Oh
the
shit.
worst.
Oh God.
Huh?
I'd feel sorry for the poor bastard because I was gonna name him too. And he goes, "Oh, okay." And he goes back over to his little table of friends, his group, his trainers sitting over here, and just shakes their head. And you can hear him kind of mumble, boy's not gonna get very far." Okay, moving down the list here. Cat, you're starting to feel a bit better. The medicine's starting to kick in.
Okay.
The the sailor, you know, coming around asking what you guys want to eat, or offering you what food there is. Oh, excuse me. Comes up and asks if you want anything, and he'll happily go fetch it for you.
Hmm. Do you have a seafood platter?
Yes, we do.
I'll take that then.
And then he just kind of looks you up and down and goes, "Okay." I wouldn't recommend a seafood platter for somebody who's a little green around the gills, but all right.
What do you
And
recommend then?
he goes, "No, no, no. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not gonna recommend anything to you. You get what you want."
Okay.
And he turns to and he abruptly turns to Pelt and goes, "And what can I get you, sir?"
Oh, You know what? How about I try some of that stuff, some of that seafood?
The seafood platter?
Yeah, sure.
And he nods and goes, 2 seafood platters. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. And he hustles off, chuckling to himself.
Oh no.
He thinks he's a comedian.
Oh no.
Okay, I hear Sora snickering. What the fuck's going on?
Don't worry.
Oh no.
That's not gonna end well. Okay. Nera gets up and makes her way down to Noril's room and knocks on the door.
At the first knocks, there is silence.
Okay, second knock, she pounds on the door.
I know it's you, Nira.
Yeah, well, there's not enough room for both of us in there. Now, why don't you get out here and talk?
Noril slowly gets up from his meditation on the bed, opens the door, quietly closes it, and steps out.
And she kind of looks at you and goes, so, how long have we known each other?
I'd say a fairly long time.
Now, would you believe me if I told you that in this fairly long time of knowing one another, I have never seen you actually open up and have fun?
By open up and have fun, you mean get drunk?
You don't have to get drunk. Go down, have a drink with the sailors.
I've already explained to you why I don't.
Out of character? I don't think so.
Okay.
Was he get punch happy when he gets drunk? Cause if so, I'm gonna push it.
No. It's nothing fun like that.
Oh god, he's a sad drunk, isn't he?
Okay. If you want to, you can make it to where Nira needs a reminder, and then I'll
Okay,
explain.
she rotates her wrist, goes, refresh my memory.
There was one time that a friend of mine got so drunk that pretty much everything got disheveled, distraught, destroyed. And that was my very first-hand experience with anyone being drunk ever. So, as you very well know, I have chosen to not do that.
She
All I've ever
takes a
seen of all I've ever seen of it is destruction.
she takes a deep breath, looks at you, and goes, these gentlemen were fucking astounded by what you did. You played a song They joined you, you made them happy. They want to share a drink with you. Now, I'm not saying chug the tankard. You can nurse that thing all night, but go down and have fun with them. That's what they want. They want to have fun with the man that gave them a little bit of happiness today. Because I can tell you right now, this is going to be a long, somewhat, and she kind of thumbs towards Ava's room, boring trip. You can live a little. Don't let one experience ruin something that could be fun or could teach you a life lesson.
Something that could teach me a life lesson.
And she kind of leans in and goes, have you ever been around a bunch of drunk sailors? They have stories. A lot of them are very entertaining. Go down, have a drink with them, listen to some stories, tell some of your own.
You know I don't have much.
You've got more than I do. You can tell them about the time you punched that Noril in the ass. They'll love it.
You know what you're convincing me of, right?
I'm not convincing you of anything. I'm trying to get you to open up a little bit and have some fun. You're always such a stick in the mud. Open up. Let loose a little bit. You don't have to be guarded all the time. The only reason I'm guarded all the time is, well, you know damn well why.
Of course I do, and I don't question that.
But you, the one who found me, who brought me into the guild, who passed me off to Ava, can at least live a little bit.
You know, out of this whole conversation we've had, not once did you ask me if that is really how I feel about it or if that is actually really me. I
She'll
can I can live a little. Yes, that is a fact. But I don't know if that's really something that I should do.
she'll rub her horns where her temples should be with her thumbs, and then looks up at you and goes, everybody needs some fun sometimes. Even I do. I get my fun when Ava pulls out that deck of cards of hers. Or when I get to listen to a hilarious story or a story of somebody else's adventure.
That deck is
Just
definitely not my idea of fun.
that deck is hilarious and you damn well know it.
That's what you think.
So far, that's what I've ever seen. If I see something that changes my mind about it, I might change my mind about it. Until that day comes, I'm going to enjoy the gift as it comes. I mean, at this point, the gentleman from here bursts out of his room, thrusts the bow into the air. He goes, I got a kick-ass new bow, and then runs upstairs.
You just see Noril just stand there, blink a few times.
Yeah, Nira does the same thing. She like turns around and goes, what? Okay. I mean, like him,
And
he's having a ball of a time.
Hey guys, I need to go to bed. I'm about to fall asleep here.
Mm,
All right,
yeah.
just go ahead and move
So
Ava to your room,
yeah,
and we'll continue on a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I can go a little bit longer, but I don't know how much.
Have a good night, you guys.
All
Good
right.
Yeah,
night.
take care.
Had some things I was talking with Kat about before we started this.
Yeah.
Ah,
okay,
Might want to get around to
um,
taking care of that soon as well, but
what is the one phrase that I taught you? You never know what can go wrong.
and she takes a deep breath and goes, and that's not. Yes, that is good advice, but you also never know what can go right. By not taking a chance, you deny yourself an experience. Whether it's good or bad, that's up for the fates and the gods to decide. But sheltering yourself isn't going to do anyone any favors. And she puts up one finger and goes, it's one drink, and if you want me down there with you, I'll be more than happy to join you. But one drink. Because these gentlemen asked you nicely.
And I gave them my response.
And they're not going to let up. We both know this. Humor them. It's not like they're going to give you dwarven whiskey. Not on this ship. It's one mug of ale. After that, I'll drink whatever they throw at you.
Fine. But since you decided to come down here and talk to me about this, I'm holding you responsible for whatever goes wrong.
And she kind of snickers and goes, isn't that how our relationship goes anyway?
Noril just stays quiet and just shakes his head and just walks by.
Before you walk off, no, Nero looks you dead in the eye after you shake your head. He goes, "You do know I see you as an older brother, and I do want to see you open up, have fun, and enjoy life a little bit. You were there for me when the paladins burned my village down. You were there for me when I became a full-fledged member of the guild. Out of everyone in our group, the one I trust most is you." And then she'll turn and just walk away.
And Noril slowly follows, goes back up, goes back here, and just stops at the steps, looks around.
Okay, you see the little wizard girl here. look at you, blush, and hide her face behind her book.
Noril just rolls his eyes.
Nira doesn't see that because there's a mast in the way. But Pelwood does see it. Well, he's got a mouthful of shrimp.
Shrimp.
And
Yeah.
maybe a crab leg hanging out.
Yeah, this food's pretty good. What do you think, Fiesta?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I was gonna say, before you start talking, Kat, VS is shoveling it into her face.
Yes.
Yeah, your mouth is full.
She looks like a chipmunk with the
Yeah, I just give a thumbs up with the big chipmunk mouth.
You just nod rapidly as your cheeks jiggle.
I'm like, oh, it's good.
Yes.
The gentleman here has turned, looks at you, then looks back at me and goes, "How the hell do you put up with your groups?" And it just shrugs. I'm like, "Hey, crazy seems to find me." And then she picks up her conversation somewhat where she left off. Her table's sharing stories of encounters and things that they've dealt with, guild missions. And Nira tells the story of when we went to the Lich Dungeon. Knowing Norl's within earshot, politely leaves out the fact that he ran away like a pussy.
Noril
Making it seem more like he doubled back to make sure nothing else was coming to get us from behind. Playing it up a little bit.
Noril overhears this and just shakes his head because he's the type of person that really takes honesty to a fault.
She saw you run off. She didn't know what you were doing. Her first thought was, oh, he, ran off scared. Fuck him. And then, later, it's like, maybe there was something back there. This is her thoughts. But, I mean, she plays it up a little bit. Not enough to make it a full-blown lie, but enough, to make you not look like a chicken shit. You already got your ass reamed by our local guild hall master. She doesn't need these guys making fun of you on the whole trip.
Then Nora looks over and sees the table where the other guys had offered a drink.
Oh, the crewman that offered you a drink, he's off doing something. That's not going to happen till tonight. We're about mid-afternoon at this point.
Noril
You see
doesn't
different
see that.
sailors running around.
Noril doesn't see that particular sailor around, so he clearly makes a sigh of relief and just proceeds to go over to Noril decides, just because there was some reaction over here, to go waltz over and sit down at the chair the opposite direction.
And her as you draw closer, her eyes grow. By the time you reach the chair, her eyes are as big as dinner plates, and she sinks in her chair, and you can visibly see the book shake. She's not, you can tell she's not scared. Not in the slightest. She is flustered beyond all reason. Peld, you look over and you see her fucking head is bright red.
Yeah, I'm just looking over there like, oh.
She is redder than a tomato. She's blushing up a storm.
Like, oh, good. I already have some food here. And still eating, but
And and to this, Noril really still has no reaction to it. Just shrugs and rolls his eyes and just sits there.
Just sit back and watch the show.
The table starts to shake. Her legs jumping, it's knocking against the table. The table's shaking.
Yep, any minute now.
Any minute, what? We're gonna have a classification 3 anime nosebleed?
Oh, we're gonna have an eruption of those bleeds.
I'm gonna say, at this point, with how flustered she is, we're gonna have a class 4 and have full-blown liftoff. Jake and I need to go over the classifications of anime nosebleeds with you guys at some point.
Okay.
Well, I know some of them.
At
Class
this point,
1 is just the blood running out the nose. Class 2 is the classic fountain.
Yeah.
Class 3, it's like somebody turned the faucet on. Class 4 is full fucking liftoff.
It's like
Class 5, they're in orbit. Class 5s don't happen often, but when they do, they're hilarious.
it's at this point that Noril decides to actually say something because the table is literally shaking right in front of him. And he decides to say, excuse me, do I need to get a healer?
And she squeaks. No. The
Because,
table starts rocking a little more violently.
because right now you're shaking something awful.
And when you say that, she immediately gets up. The chair falls backwards. You can see she's bright red. And she collects her things and bolts. I mean, she's there and then she's gone.
I just blink. I'm like, where'd she go?
And Nero watches her run down the stairs and goes, oh no, not again. And the table goes, what? And you don't worry about it. This isn't your problem, but it will become mine. Eventually.
And with that, Noril is just having his hands on the table and just has a blank stare of what the fuck just happened.
To which Nira gets up and slowly makes her way over, puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, you have no idea what the hell just happened, do you?
I just asked them if they needed a healer.
Yeah, they didn't need a healer, and I'm pretty sure any word out of your mouth at that particular girl would have had the same results. If you catch my drift.
Not really.
And she leans in and whispers in your ear, she likes you. And then she stands upright, pats you on the back and goes, "Congratulations, you're that girl's first crush."
Oh, please, I'm not that likable.
I don't know, you
What's
seem to
your
be Mr.
charisma?
Popular already on this boat. This is the first day.
Jake, what's your charisma?
17?
Yeah, you're a good-looking dude. You're not, drop dead sexy like Nira is at a 20, but you're a damn good-looking dude.
I mean, I'm 20, but that's irrelevant right now.
You're kind of in the same boat I am.
Meh.
You, to put this in anime terms, Pelt, you are very bushy.
What about 14? Would that be like the middle ground, I guess?
Yeah, you're about average. Yeah.
Yeah.
For, 14, 15, 16 would be about average.
Okay.
But that's Noril overhears that and he's like, "Oh please, I'm not that of likable." And also, plus, she doesn't even know me.
And Nira just kind of looks at you and goes, "That doesn't change the fact that she thinks you're hot shit."
Well, she can think all she wants. It's whatever.
And Nira rubs her horns again and goes, "This is going to be a very, very long journey." Before she puts her hand back on your shoulder and goes, "Maybe next time start with a hi, how are you?"
How am I
Don't.
supposed to say hello with that?
By pointing out the fact that she may need a healer, you made her more nervous. By engaging in general conversation, you would have made her maybe a little more comfortable.
So you seriously expect me to say hi, how are you, while the table is gyrating to the point to where there could be a problem?
And Nira goes, "Yes! You dense motherfucker! Yes!" And she motions to Pellwood and Viessa. I'm like, Viessa probably didn't see it, because her face is so full. But I'm pretty sure Pellwood over there saw everything on the girl's end.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw everything until she disappeared.
Next time you see her, just talk to her like a normal person. Strike up a mild conversation.
Best
I'm
of
not telling
all,
you to hit on her. I'm telling you to just talk to her.
you do understand
Also,
what
you're
you're at.
older than me. Why am I giving you dating advice?
Danny, this was never even got to that point.
Okay, let me rephrase it. Why am I giving you advice on women? You're older than me.
You're giving me advice on women, and this is a completely strange situation.
No, actually, it's not. And you hear the table of the guys there. No, no, she's like that with every good-looking dude. It's all three of them.
Yeah, you would know. Thanks.
Um, they're all about average. I mean, the chick's like about a 17 like you are. But the other two are like 15, 16. Charisma.
Ah.
Gonna
Okay.
go gonna go about speaking up about it. This is not even your conversation.
And the rookies down here and go, "Well, it's kind of turning into a group conversation, don't you think?"
Hmm.
She's super shy. Just talk to her. She'll
Alright.
open up.
You're making suggestions. I appreciate the suggestion, but I will choose what I want to do.
And there it goes. We're on a boat with her. There's nowhere for her to go, other than up here or below deck.
I mean, there's another place, but I doubt that's an option.
Yeah, that door's locked tight.
Oh,
So,
that too, I guess.
so,
You're
So you're
talking about
telling
the
me-
storage room,
No,
yes.
I meant the ocean, but okay.
you're talking about me being on this boat means that immediately I have no choice but to talk to this person.
Why not?
It beats. And with that, there it goes. It beats, you know, letting her fantasies run wild. You could let her get to know you.
She didn't stick around long enough to even try.
Yeah, well, you know, you kind of outed her on her nervousness.
If that's her nervousness, then there's an issue.
No, it's called being flustered by somebody that you're suddenly into. She's young. She's younger than me. She's like 17. Mira's like, I don't know, 19.
If a 17-year-old is shaking a table that violently, come on. You can't tell me that there possibly wasn't a problem.
She was nervous. Her leg was bouncing.
Okay, so she
And
was
yes, out
nervous.
of character, when I get nervous, my leg bounces too. So,
Okay, in character. Okay, so she was nervous. What of it?
and Mira leans in again and goes, well, you were kind of the cause.
And how exactly do you mean?
She's a teenager, like me, who saw a very good looking man.
She can't be that simple.
You'd be surprised at how simple some people can be. And this gentleman here chimes in and goes, heck, she won't even talk to us. And it's everybody at this table's a dude. And they're about two of them are about a 17 charisma, one's a 16, and the other one is, I want to say, a 15. She's easily flustered.
Yeah,
Trust me, when I
she's
first met her and said hi, her nose started bleeding.
yes, maybe she's easily flustered, or maybe she has her reasons.
And unanimously, the table goes, she's easily flustered.
Fuck's sake. I try to explain my side of this, and everyone just goes immediately with just what was shown. Okay, sure.
There are face palms. And then looks at you and goes, you saw what you saw, and we're giving you the other side of it. We're not singling you out. We're telling you
Actually,
why the table was shaking and why she ran off. But
it
apparently,
sounds
you're too dense to realize it, and Nira turns and just storms off and goes to her room. Not even letting you say anything.
Okay then. Noril just shrugs and just continues relaxing in the chair.
Okay. What are the other two up to? You still stuffing your faces?
I don't know if there's much of that food left, if any, at this point.
Empty lobster shells, shrimp tails, clam shells.
Yeah, I
Yes, it
finished
spits
off a
out a
lot.
pearl.
Ooh, tiny.
Shiny.
It's worth like 5 gold.
Hmm.
It's not that great.
Still shiny though.
It came out of her mouth. It's not shiny. It's disgusting and covered in bits.
Seems like it's gonna. Knights are gonna be a thing around here. I can tell you now.
Yep. Seems like it.
One, almost one down, and 20, at least 29 more to go. What?
I guess let the drama begin.
We've got what, 40 people on a boat in the middle of the ocean?
Hmm.
Yeah, there's gonna be some tension.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
That's
that
contractual
table
tension.
fell
At least on that girl's part.
true. Yeah.
By the way, Jake, that girl's room, right there.
Right next to yours. Oh boy.
Well, I'm next to the guy obsessed with his, whatever.
Suddenly, Noril gets an idea. You see him jump up so hard that the chair falls down on the ground, falls down on the floor of the ship,
You
and he bolts
don't know
off.
that yet.
No, it's not that. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. But he gets an idea. He runs back up over to
Down.
his room, down to
Yeah.
Down.
thank you for that correction.
Yes.
Runs to his room, goes up to the door, goes inside, and goes to his chest and his belongings, and he actually finds a piece of paper. Goes back outside, and has some sort of he has a nail. He found a nail somewhere along in here, and he puts up the piece of paper with the nail, and then he takes a piece of chalk. He has chalk. You don't really have much writing material at this point because of the era that we're in. Takes a piece of chalk, not chalk. What is it?
Charcoal?
Charcoal.
Charcoal. Thank you. And he proceeds to write something down on the piece of paper, and it clearly states, flustered girl, do not enter.
Oh, yeah,
You're flirting with disaster, boy.
Track off crows. Wait.
He's flirting with disaster, yes.
Yup.
Agreed.
And then he puts something else down that's kind of in smaller print, and it reads, "If I find you in here, there will be consequences."
She's not gonna enter your room, dude.
Signed,
She's into you. She's not stalking you.
signed, Noril. And then, as that's left up there, Noril proceeds to go back up. And then walks back over, politely picking up his chair and sitting back down calmly.
And I just looked over. I'm like, okay. I don't know what happened, but I'll find out. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
I think now would be a good time to let you know that, hey, you can lock your room door. I would have thought that
You
was
don't
obvious, and I didn't have to state it, but okay.
you don't think Noril is cautious enough, not cautious enough to do that already?
Then why put the note up? It's not like she can pick the lock.
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know who she is. He doesn't know what her job description is. He doesn't know what her class is. He doesn't know anything about her.
I mean, you could have asked.
In that situation, I don't think so.
You could have asked what she was reading. You could have asked. I mean,
Yeah, you could have done all this stuff, but no, you went immediately to, do you need medical attention?
Like, let's see. Worst pickup lines on a boat. Do you need a healer? Number one choice. Like,
Well, how else am I supposed to handle that?
I don't know, like a normal person?
Well, I'm not normal.
clearly.
Normal, not normal.
I choose to not be normal because being normal is boring.
Yeah, because being normal is dumb. I don't know.
It's called common sense, dude.
Common sense, nothing. It was common sense that I recognized there was a situation. Don't we just sit there and ignore it and be like, so, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm
You
just gonna
could
sit
have,
there and just see a
instead
whole
of,
table gyrating. Yeah,
okay,
okay.
it was shaking, not gyrating. You sick bastard.
Well, you did also say it started shaking more.
Hey, it started rocking, yeah.
That's
I mean,
because,
you're nervous. But
yeah.
you went, you could have asked, hey, are you okay? But no, you went, hey, do you need a healer? I'm sorry, Jake, but you skipped a couple of steps and didn't throw her under the bus. You threw the bus at her.
Oh, baby.
Oh well.
That poor girl.
I know, right?
Honestly, I think this whole trip is going to be to see how far I can push Noril.
Anyway, I've finished my food over here.
Same
And
here.
the sailor has come up, asked you how it was, and collect your plates.
It was delicious.
Yeah, considering you spit out 3 pearls.
Yeah. I put the pearls in my pocket.
Do you wipe them off first, or?
Yeah, obviously. No, I
Shut
put.
up,
I
real
just spit
nice.
on them and have all my
You know,
spit and saliva on them.
you know what? I'm not gonna allow that. You have literally just stuck food particle covered pearls into your pocket.
Okay.
You did not clean them off.
Okay.
I think from this point on, if you say you pocket something without doing something to it first, I'm gonna be like, all right, whatever, have fun.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't mine, so.
Nah, you weren't that lucky. All I can say is, Jake, you're gonna make this trip so interesting.
No, I like walk around or something.
Yeah,
Alright,
Do
so yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like
you're free
I
to
don't know.
go.
Yeah, so
You're free
I
to really go anywhere but here, unless you're invited there by the captain.
okay, so that's okay. So yeah, I just kind of go back down to this area. I knew something happened. I just kind of look at all the rooms. Don't go in anything, but I noticed that there was a piece of
Yeah,
paper on that.
you see the note on
Yeah,
Noril's door.
I do look at it. I'm like, yeah, foster girl, don't go in. It's like something in fine print. Love Noril. Okay. So
Love
I'm like,
Noril.
okay, well, I think I'll just go in my room for a little while and, you know, see where the night goes,
Okay, alright, alright, alright. That was not funny.
What?
You're right. It was hilarious.
It wasn't even hilarious.
I think 3 out of 4 of us seem to agree it was. And yes, Jake, I am kind of picking on you this session.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't think they would laugh at that hard, to be honest.
I wasn't expecting it. That's why I was laughing pretty goddamn hard at it. But yes, Jake, I apologize. I am kind of picking on you this session because I haven't. I've picked on Pellwood. I've kind of picked on Viessa. I really haven't picked on Noril. Everybody's gonna get their goddamn turn.
Just so we're clear, that was a joke.
Yeah, well, I'm not kidding. I am actually picking on you this session.
No, that part I get. We're good.
Maliciously, by the way.
We're
Maliciously.
we're good. We're good. I understand. I have full understanding of that. We're good on that.
Okay.
Uh,
Viessa, what are you doing? I want to pass the time tonight.
I get up and go back to my room, actually.
Okay. It's become. The sun's starting to set. Mira comes out of her room, stops at Noril's door, looks at the note, and just tears it off the nail. And then walks up to him, puts it down in front of him, and goes, "Really?
yes, really.
How about no?
How about yes?
How about she's got a crush on you? She's not stalking you.
How do you know?
How? How do you not?
Okay, you fully explained it to me, right?
Yes. She's
She has
not
a crush
stalking
on.
you. Yes, a crush.
So what
Seriously,
does that usually entail?
out of character?
No.
She's not yandere, Jake. She's not gonna hunt you down. What does that entail? That means she's got a crush on you. She thinks she has feelings for you. She maybe wants
And
to, and she does a weird kind of hand motion. Finger in the hole. Maybe with you.
that's really sick, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? That's what she's. That's probably one of the ideas that has run through her head. She's young.
Probably.
Okay, at her age, I'm like 90% sure. She's young.
All I'm going. Yes, she's young. Yes. Yeah. How many
She's
times have you told me that?
Yeah, she's a teenager. It's normal.
Well, that's why I've fully made my decision. But no, apparently you have taken my decision off of my door.
And she rubs her horns again and goes, look, no. Then she puts her hand on a note. This should have been a last ditch effort, not the first thing you did. Okay? You can hang on to the note. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to throw it over the edge or anything. But if it comes to the fact that she has entered your room without your permission for whatever reason, then you can put it back up. But let's not skip any steps. Let's not dive off the deep end. Okay?
I'm putting it back up.
In time, you can put it back up.
I'm putting
Let's
it
just
back
take this.
up.
And she puts her hand on the looks and she goes, let's take this one step at a time, alright? Let's not fucking go head over heels with this. You can keep it, but you only put it up if she goes into your room without your permission.
That's a very high probable if.
That is a very low probable if. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it instead of burning it to the ground now. Okay? You always seem to see the bad. Try to see the good once in a while. Yes,
There
the world's
is-
fucked up, but there's good in it. And she slides the note over to you. And if I see it on your fucking door again, before anything bad happens, I'm throwing it over the edge of the ship. And then she puts up one finger and goes, one step at a time.
You do fully understand that what you're asking is put me into a life or death situation.
She's a guild member. You're safe here. There's no life or death. The only time it would probably become a life or death is if the ship gets attacked. And even then, hey, we're not the only ones here that can handle the situation. We've got help. Unlike every other adventure we've been on since we've known each other. Every other job we've done. She's a teammate. Until we get off this ship to get on the next one, she is an ally. Until proven otherwise.
And you know that for a 100% fact.
She's in the guild, isn't she?
I haven't seen any papers.
So she's new. And we don't have papers, we have patches. And you really didn't look. And quite frankly, she was running a little too fast for me to look too. But she's on this ship, she's with, and she names off the trainer, the lady. We've known, oh god, what am I gonna name her? Give me just a minute.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, give me a minute here. Azrael. The woman's name is Azrael. We've known Azrael for a while now. She wouldn't bring somebody into the guild that would potentially cause another guild member harm. Purposefully. don't trust Azrael or Azrael Azrael. Sorry, Azrael. Arazil.
Okay. First, you're placing the burden of proof upon someone else and not the individual I have talked about. Second,
You could ask this girl and be nice about it.
and be nice about it.
Yes.
Second, first, you asked me to drink. Now,
I asked you to
well,
loosen up a little bit. Have a drink.
now you want me to socialize with someone who has clearly expressed that they don't want anything to do with me.
And you see her brow rise and go, what?
I got one response and then nothing else, and they left.
Because she was flustered. Not to mention your response would have made me run away at our first meeting. She lightly pokes you on the forehead and goes, you need to think things through once in a while.
So you really would have wanted me to be absolutely stupid and not recognize that there could have been a situation and just say hi.
You could have asked if she was okay before, hey, do you need the cleric?
It seemed like that it was a possibility that it was a serious situation.
Mira takes a deep breath, slowly exhales, looks Noril dead in the eyes, and goes, I'm the one with trust issues here, not you. You know this. She was fine till you walked up. Your first clue would have been her sheepishly hiding behind her book. She was checking you out. She didn't want you to know.
So she was checking me out.
Yes,
Where is the importance in that?
I hope you heard me, facepalm.
I
Hmm,
did.
you heard something.
Yeah.
Mira facepalms and just drags her hand over her face and goes, really, Noril?
Mm,
Really?
mm,
And
mm.
just leans on the table and goes, you see so much bad in the world. You, you don't even see the good.
I do understand the fact that you know me well enough. But you keep saying this like you know me that well enough.
I've known you for how many years at this point? I should know you better than you think I do.
You make the assumption that I always see the bad in things. Always.
Well, apparently, since we got on this boat, you have.
At this one point.
Yeah, and I'm just asking you, let it go. This is an isolated incident. Nothing bad is going to come from it. But no, you're going off the deep end.
Everyone always goes way off just because I make my own choices in the matter.
You you make your own choices, yes, but sometimes your choices aren't exactly logical or rational or have any mote of common sense.
Okay, look. I get what you're trying to tell me. But what I would like to do is to handle this my way.
And when your wave blows up in your face, then what?
Then I take full responsibility.
She goes, fine, but I have one condition. Okay? And she pokes the note. That doesn't go back on your door until somebody goes into your room without permission. Can we agree on that?
Okay.
And she's holding
Repeat.
her finger on the note.
Okay, repeat that.
She's like, I have one condition, okay?
I'm listening.
And she pokes the note. This does not go back on your door until somebody enters your room without your express permission. That is my only stipulation. Let's not drive this from 0 to 100. Let's not escalate this past what it is at right now. Can we agree on that? And she's holding her finger on the note, so if you were to try to take it, you just tear it.
I've already made my decision.
Yes, and I'm offering you a deal to let you go through with your decisions, but this is crossing the line.
What line?
Note stays off the door until, if, and maybe, very small chance, maybe, someone enters your room without your permission. That, and if you had looked at the back of your door, you would have saw the do not enter sign.
Like that would be enough.
And you think this is? It's basically saying the same thing.
Read the fine print.
I've read the damn thing. Do you think this little slip of paper is going to stop somebody who wants to get into that room? Whether
And
it's
if
her or someone else?
And if they do, I'll be sure to find out.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But use the sign that's given to you and not make your own. okay? It's there for a reason. If you need to put this sign up after the fact, go for it. But until then, use the do not disturb, do not enter sign.
If I am to just use the do not disturb and do not enter sign, then that is my out from the drink.
Oh no, you're still doing that.
Well, the sign is going back up then.
And she's like, not until we're done with that drink. This stays off for the time being. Because this is pushing everybody's. This would push everybody's trust, not just mine. Let's not give them a reason not to trust you.
Just because I have my own reasons. Everyone just go off. Okay.
Noril, I'm gonna level with you. And be very blunt. We aren't the ones going off here. You are.
Just get me the fucking drink.
And she smiles and picks the note up, slips it into her cloak, and goes, I'll give this back to you when we're
You damn well better.
done. The sailor who asked you to have the drink with them comes up and goes, oh, will the young lady be joining you?
I don't know.
And he chuckles and he goes, no, I don't mean the shy girl. I mean this one. He motioned towards me.
Like I said, I don't know.
And there he goes, I already offered to do this with you. Do you think I'm gonna back out?
Yeah, sure, she's joining us.
And he leads us, I'm just gonna move this bolt here, into this little room with about 8 other sailors. You're given a tankard of a very sweet ale, as am I. And
Fuck.
it is an enjoyable time. Nothing bad happens. The sailors tell stories. One guy spins a yarn about fighting a kraken by himself, to which half the crew goes, oh, that's bullshit. You couldn't take a kraken on by yourself. No, I did it. I was even in a lifeboat. To which one of them goes, you were on a galleon the last time you told this story.
Meanwhile, Noril is just sitting there slowly sipping on the drink and just not doing anything.
Stewing. And one of the sailors, when your drink goes back on the table, pats you on the back. What about you? Do you have any good stories?
No, I don't.
And Nira raises her hands and goes, oh, come on, Noril. What about that time you took on that pack of gnolls by yourself? I was what,
I
8? That's a good
I
story.
I said no, I don't.
And the rest of the sailors go, no, no, we want to hear about this monk taking on this pack of gnolls on his own. That's very
Ugh.
impressive.
Push me
I'm not
into
gonna make you
it.
tell a full story. You can describe a little bit here and there if you want, but yeah, these guys want to hear a story. We've seen combat. They've seen a little bit of combat. They've told some pretty goofy stories that have probably made Noril snicker a little bit.
Actually, in this situation to where he's forced into doing something he didn't want to, not really.
They asked. They asked nicely. They're sharing their stories, and they want you to share one of yours.
Okay,
I'm guessing
okay.
you looked at Nira and goes. She goes, I can't tell it. I was little.
I punched some gnolls. They went down. End of story.
And Nira goes, oh come on. There's more to it than that. You used to love telling me this story when I was young.
Yes, I did. Right now, no.
Oh come on. Give him the full story. What's it gonna hurt?
You put me into this.
No, I did not put you into this. I made a deal with you. Have a drink and have a little fun. Share a story. I'll share one. And no, it won't be that one. Or the other one you told me never to tell to anybody.
Fine, feel free.
And Mira goes off on a story of when we were in the crypt dealing with the zombies, and then as we neared the tail end of it, we ran into the zombie beholder.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, yeah, she's telling that story and how a member of the group that came with us had just cleaved through zombie after zombie, and how we, at one point, I mean, we did have to kind of work together, and we all did a little work, and then she finishes up telling them, and then our instructor just had enough of the nonsense, and well, the next thing we knew, that beholder zombie exploded. It went everywhere. And Noril can't deny this. We all got hit with it. A little bit of it here and there. And they're like, oh, God, that must have been awful. And Tara just shakes her head and goes, you have no idea. I had to burn those clothes. You could not get the smell out of them.
I've been kind of,
Fading.
yeah, kind of.
Uh, and she'll turn to Noril and go, come on. One last time, the Null story, please.
My answer still stands.
And she gives you her infamous please pouty face that she gave you when she was little, when she wanted to hear the story. I want you to roll against that, by the way.
Let's see.
DC
That
is 15.
18.
Okay. What does Noril do to the infamous little Nira pouting face?
He responds with, I'm humoring you enough as it is.
Well, you can humor them too. They're not out to get you. Nobody on this ship is. And the sailors chime in. That's right. We're all friends here. Besides, if we wanted you dead, you'd have gone overboard hours ago. And then they erupt into laughter as the dude was joking. And he pats you on the back and informs you as such.
I never, ever said anything of the sort. And yet, all that I have done here has made everyone assume so.
And one of them goes, we're merely having a jest. We're having fun. We're sailors. We trade stories. We always want a new story. This Knoll story has intrigued us. And he motions to her and goes, she obviously can't tell it very well. Like, he says it in almost an insulting tone. And he's
She's
like,
heard
she can't tell it very well. Obviously.
well, she's heard it so many times that shocks me.
And Nira just goes, yeah, and when was the last time I heard it? When I was what? 10?
You most likely heard it enough to have it in your memory.
And she goes, not really. Most of what I remember from those times is hearing the story, falling asleep, and running from the Black Paladins.
Huh, yeah, there's an idea. Why don't you tell them about them?
And one of the sailors goes, oh, we know about those assholes. They tried to charter this ship, what, 2 months back? Yeah, we don't carry them. We don't like them. Now, you guild members, on the other hand, we like you guys. Something about you just makes you seem so much more friendly. And he thrusts his arms out the side and goes, present company included. That's why we run this charter for you. Otherwise, we'd just be another trade ship. No, we let you guildies on here most of the time free of charge. Depending on group size, anyway. And he prattles off for a little bit about this, and then he says, and gentlemen, what do we think about these Black Paladin assholes? And every sailor in the room spits on the floor. And Nero looks at Noril and goes, they hate them just as much as we do.
Not everyone is in this room.
And one of them goes, that may be true. We have the gentleman out on deck for the night watch and night work, yes, but we can tell you right now, they hate those mothers so much more than we do. Our captain won't even let them on the same dock as our ship.
And I suppose that gives me probable cause to ease up, I guess.
And he goes, and that's the point of this whole thing. Us, every night, taking a load off, easing it up. Heck, we could go out on the deck right now, and we could hear the stories of the gentleman out there. We could talk to the captain and have some stories from him. By the way, they're rare, but their captain is a dragonborn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this would be the second dragonborn you guys would have seen.
Okay, so I guess that's why he's the sick boy then.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's why he's got the nice big bed.
Okay.
Nice.
And one of them goes, I heard once the captain used his breath weapon on one of them, and the poor bastard melted. And one of them just kind of chuckles and goes, he doesn't spit acid. He spits fire. And they start telling little embellished stories about things they've heard from other crew members that the captain has done. And then you hear one guy in the back go, well, I heard he ripped a Knoll's head off with just his bare hands because it came within 30 feet of his ship. Or, sorry, the dinghy. They were on an island. My bad. 30 feet of his dinghy. Just grabbed it by the muzzle and just ripped its head off. And another one goes, I was there for that. That didn't happen. And the guy goes, are you sure? He goes, yeah, he punched it so hard it looked like its head came off. But it didn't. We told him he should have kept that thing as a trophy. Pushed that thing's muzzle into its skull.
As they got finished with that statement, you hear from Noril.
And Nira looks at him and goes, I'm pretty sure you can one up that.
So, your captain ripped a Knoll's head off, eh?
Well, the one dude was corrected by another crewman. You know, he punched it so hard in the face that he pushed its muzzle into its skull, and it had a little button nose, and its eyeballs were hanging out. You know, just sailor talk.
How about taking a Knoll by the head with my feet and doing a backflip, slamming it into the ground, head first?
And they look shocked. What else did you do?
Oh, that wasn't the end of that one. It wasn't over. You would think it would be over, but it wasn't. That was the Knoll, specifically the Knoll that attacked Nira itself.
And that was also the first time she ever used her magic, by the way.
Right. So, what had happened was as soon as the impact had happened, not only did I let its head impact the ground, but I also twisted myself around to the point to where its neck snapped.
And the room erupts in cheers. There must be more.
Oh, there's so much more.
And the sailors are just eating this up. And Nira is now sitting, leaning against the wall, and smiling, which you don't get to see her do that often.
And in response to Nero smiling, Noril feels encouraged to actually decide to tell his story, and he hops up on top of a table and has his
Roll
arms
your
out and says,
performance
"Roll performance." Okay.
at advantage.
Where's
I am letting you roll this at advantage.
Okay. Okay.
Thank God I'm letting you roll this at advantage.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
another one.
Hmm.
Um,
Hold on.
let's see,
No,
what's
don't
that?
clone it.
Okay, okay.
I can't spawn anything in.
Shit. Um, I'll just do it that way. Okay.
Okay, roll them both. I'm gonna
Wait,
let you
wait, wait, wait,
roll
wait.
them both.
Okay, okay. Okay, so that's 18, 24.
Keep going, my friend. They're eating this shit up now.
So, it was at that moment that after that, the rest of the group of the Knolls had noticed me. That was when they first noticed me, by the way. When they saw me take one of their friends out. And then I would say the rest is history, but I'm not gonna. So, one Knoll tried to attack me with a pole arm. I want to say it was a halberd of some kind. He came out,
Knowing
he came
Knowles,
at me.
probably.
Yes, it was a halberd, and it tried to come at me with the spearhead. So it jabbed forward. Mistake number one. I leaned to the side, grabbed the stick part with my bare hands, and I had just enough strength to snap it apart from the blade and threw it to the side like yesterday's trash.
You now have them on the edges of their seats. The guys who are standing are leaning forward, and one just falls forward onto the ground. He leaned a little too far forward. He's not drunk, and he immediately gets up, dusts himself off, looks around like, anybody see that? I hope not.
Hmm.
The Knoll had then realized that his weapon was now just a stick, but he also recognized that he had still a sharp weapon, which is something that I caught from the glance of his eyes. So, once again, he makes the wrong choice. Jabs it at me again. And so, once again, rinse and repeat. Snap, 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 snap. Until there was nothing in his hands. And then I decided to casually pick up two pieces of the pole arm and very fiercely swing them at both sides of his head, and he fell over, instantly dying from the impact. Oh, that was null number two.
The, the crowd goes wild. And at that moment, the door swings open, and the captain's standing there. And he goes, I could hear you all the way at the helm. Boys, what's going on? And one of them goes, the monk is telling his encounter with Knowles, and so far, he's done a better job than you. And the captain chuckles and bring me my tankard. I want to hear this.
Your audience
Somebody
is your audience is very much appreciated, Captain.
and somebody runs and brings him his tankard, and the captain sits, and there's this big, I got my fucking mouse off, fucking chair right there in the corner, and he sits down and goes, "Continue."
So after I finished off Null number,
What a hell of a time to derp, huh?
Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still going.
I don't know. Can we try to get this done? No.
You can go ahead and leave Peld and check the VOD later.
Yeah, I could. Is anything gonna be important? Like,
No, this is all roleplay stuff. If your character's in bed, you're free to go.
all right.
The only one that's kind of not is Cat.
That's true.
What does she need to do?
Stay on so we can keep it going.
Yeah, the stream. Yeah.
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 I mean, if she did anything else while keeping it going or whatever. I mean, it's something we can do another time, but
Yeah.
I mean, I have almost a week for that, but or whenever the stream's done, because I still might kind of be up. I just
Okay.
Yeah, if you're fading, dude, and you've
Yeah.
already put and tucked your character into their little bed there, which is a little small for our standees. I think the only one that could possibly fit is mine, but I doubt it.
the
Yeah, you're free to go. I do recommend, like in a situation like this, check the VOD.
all right.
I'm
Just
gonna
send it
message
to Kat if you
Jake
know
here.
still want to look over any of that stuff before calling it a night.
Okay.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna exit.
All right.
It'll let me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it wasn't clicking.
I messaged him. He should be back in a second.
Oh yeah, because he kind of disappeared. All right.
Yeah, like mid, like he just got it started.
All right. So
All right.
just send me a message, Kat, whenever if you're able to, like about.
Okay.
All right, I'll talk with you later. Everybody else later then.
Alrighty.
All right. So have a good night if I don't hear anything, or if you don't hear anything from me.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
okay,
So, do you want to know where you cut off?
yeah.
You literally just started talking about the third one, and it just went like
Yeah.
at the very
So
start.
the third one,
It's like, oh my
So-
god, what happens next?
oh, the third Null.
So
Came at me
alright,
with-
so here's what happened. You went quiet, and like everybody's like, is he broken? I'm
Is
gonna
he
say
broken?
you paused for dramatic
I
effect.
I paused for dramatic effect, and then the knife came at me. It was the first thing that came at me. And that's this. And then remind you, to remind everyone, it's at this point that my eyes were closed. I was in complete martial art focus. So, as the knife is ever getting closer, I get to the point to where I sense how close it is. I take one step back, then I slam my hands together right in front of me. And I feel that I have stopped the blade right where it is. And it is at that point that the Knoll is confused and struggling to get free. Trying to get the knife free, not letting it go. I am not 100% sure why he never let go of the knife, but he never did. But as soon as he struggled 3 or 4 times, I opened my eyes. And as soon as I opened my eyes, I pushed the blade to the side, hit him with 3 swift fists, 1 to the abdomen and 2 to the chest. And from what I can tell, as he was falling backwards holding his chest, I could hear a faint snapping sound from the inside of his body. And he went to the ground, and I can only assume that I punched his chest so hard that his heart exploded.
Hold on, I'm checking something real quick. Duels, Giants. Come on. Yeah, we're never gonna fight one of those because that would cause PTSD. Knowles, here we are. Yeah. Do you want to know why he didn't let go?
Why didn't he let go?
In-game reason. Their intelligence is 6. They ain't that bright, my friend.
So yes, that, my friends, was Knoll number 3. 2 to go.
There. Edge of this. Even the captain's leaning forward.
Now
Well,
we get to
go
the
on.
Now we get to the Knoll who has the potion of acid. The Knoll that was right next to that one that has the potion of acid looked like he was kind of shaking in his boots. And as soon as I went to try to go for an attack, I stepped forward. Suddenly, whoops, Butterfingers, the potion of acid slips and completely burns through his leg. As it impacted the ground, the acid shot back up onto his lower body, essentially making it to where his entire leg was practically gone by this point.
And the captain interjects. What about, the poor bastard's family jewels? And the sailors go, yes, yes, please spare no detail.
Oh. That I'm getting to.
And if you were to look over at Nair, she's like got her face in her hand. She's trying not to laugh. She knows this is all true. She knows you don't lie. She's like, oh my god, I don't remember any of this. And she just kind of looks up and goes, did you tone this down for me when I was a child?
Child, yes.
And then, out of character, don't forget that she did use magic for the first time. I would say at the very end of the fight, she got the last kill.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah. No, I was
Yeah.
going to get to that.
All right, I just wanted to throw that reminder out.
To clarify and make sure. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
10-4. And as Knoll number 4 is completely regretting his decision of having a potion of acid, I decide to be a little creative. He's focused on his leg being completely decimated by acid. And I have my hand out like this. He holds his right arm out in an open hand. And then I slowly clench it into a fist with full strength, mind you. Wind back, and I do so strong of an uppercut straight between his leg, mind you, leg, that I could have swore that either I heard 2 pops or I heard them cave in.
And one of the sailors goes, or no, sorry, most of the sailors in the room that are standing have clutched themselves and leaned forward. The others are going, oh. Even the captains looks a little pained at that.
I could definitely tell that some damage had been done, because of the simple fact that when I moved my fist away, there was blood.
And the only thing coming out of the Gnoll's mouth was,
That Noel couldn't have sang soprano better than anyone.
and there goes soprano. By the way you're talking, it would have sounded like a small girl.
Oh, you can trust
Yeah.
me. Oh, you can trust me. He
Like,
may have been a man
ooh.
before. He died a woman.
The room erupts in laughter and joy at that.
And so it's at that point that he attempted to put his hands at his crotch and drop to his knees, but then he realized he only had one knee.
One
So
good knee.
therefore, one good knee. So therefore, he fell to his side. And it was at this point that when I had realized that all of these gnolls were attacking Nira, and keep in mind, like she said, she was a child. Therefore, I have no mercy. When that gnoll was laying down, it had tears in its eyes. You guys want to know what my response was?
I'm gonna cut you off right there. You hit that Gnoll so hard, he doesn't just have tears in his eyes. There's snot running out of his nose. He's drooling, probably foaming at the mouth. This creature is in such unimaginable pain, and you're playing it up like, oh, he'll be able to get up and walk it off. Dude, they popped. This thing is in agony.
So,
And you make it seem like it's no big deal. I love it. It's great. Keep going.
and so, my response to this was looking down at him, seeing how much of a pitiful existence he's got himself into, and I just casually say, "Don't worry, I'll put you out of your misery." And I pick up a foot right over his head, full
The
strength,
sailors ask if it was the Null's own foot.
as if it was his own foot.
No, they want to know if you like picked up the foot that had been eaten off by the acid and beat him to death with it. That's what they want to know.
So you want to know if I did that? Well, no. Actually, I took it one step further. I picked up the foot that was pretty much melted off by this point, and I told him I leaned it down. It doesn't have any acid burning by this point, but I lean it down to his face, and I demanded that he lick his own boot.
Nulls don't wear boots, but okay, I'll let that slide.
Well, lick his own foot.
Yeah, you can say lick his own boot. For whatever reason, this Null figured out how to put boots on.
Yeah, like this. For some reason, I don't know how this Noel found some nice pair of leather boots that may have came from a person they already murdered, most likely, and they took them. So so in that case, I actually specifically told him to lick the boot of the person that they had murdered. Is essentially what I did.
The captain motions for you to continue. He is enthralled, along with the rest of the crew that's in the room.
His tongue ever so slowly, strugglingly, gets to the boot, barely touches the boot. And just as it does, I take the combination of the foot/boot and shove it straight into his mouth.
And the sailors roar with laughter. One of them spouting about something about open mouth insert foot on a whole new level.
And then I say, justice has been served. And then it's at that point that I raise my own foot. And then I say, and now judgment shall be placed. And my foot goes all the way down, full strength, and you see his head explode like a watermelon. We've only got to 4. Now we're down to numero uno. Now this one's special. So I want everyone to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. The Knoll charges me as he sees what I have done, and it's at this point that I have myself in a ready stance, ready for whatever's about to come. But what I didn't expect to happen was a very small, faint fireball.
Can't cast fireball.
Yes, fireball.
Not a sorcerer. And seeing as she was a child, it probably would have been just a standard Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. All right.
Which would be a beam
okay.
of
Okay.
green energy and whatnot.
Right. What I at first thought, at first glance, was a fireball, but it looked much, much different. It was like this dark green blast of energy. It wasn't necessarily like a massive amount, but it was just enough to throw this knoll off. To the point to where the knoll charged past me. I tripped him to the ground with my foot, and then I proceeded to think about it at first. That looked weird. I shrugged my shoulders, went back over to the knoll, and with this knoll, this one in particular, this one. I think this one might be the one. This one might be the one that Nero might.
A sailor cuts you off, and then you bashed his head on a rock.
It wasn't over that quick. This I think.
Damn.
This I think might be the one that Nero might remember.
Because this was just kind of goes, maybe.
Because this was the one that I did not spare details. Because this was the one that I wanted her to know what happened. I wanted her to understand how this world really worked. And for her to have that understanding will also give her the understanding that there is both good and bad in this world. I answered the Noel's bad behavior with my own. It was at this point that when I had noticed that, I pretty much noticed that they were attacking a child, so at this point you can already assume that I was blacked out with rage. This Noel suffered multiple joint breaks by my hands.
Oh shit! God damn it! Team 4-star. Why? Why did that have to pop through my head? Napa, my arm doesn't bend that way. My arm doesn't bend that way. My arm doesn't bend that way. 6 snap. Now it does.
So, I started with the left arm. And I didn't just quickly. No, no, no. I wanted to hear that thing scream for mercy. So I slowly lifted the arm in the wrong direction. It knew what I was going to do. So as I got to the breaking point, I stopped. And I looked around, made sure nobody was around. I wasn't exactly that blacked out. And then I didn't just snap once. I snapped that arm in 3 places. 3. And then with the right arm, 3 places. Right leg, 3 places. Left leg, 3 places. I left him no options. And then, oh boy. I decided to one-up myself. I usually don't use weapons. Because, these hands and feet are weapons already. So I decided to one-up him. I went over and picked up his dead friend's knife. And I put the knife into the stabbing position, underhanded. Well, actually, was it underhanded? No. Yeah. I had it overhanded. And I proceeded to very swiftly and precisely swing the blade right at the top of their forehead. Stuck it right in there. Blade first. Not the tip, blade first. There was no reaction. The only reaction there was a look of absolute confusion. Until the pain finally set in, and the sight of his own blood finally set in. And then, basically at that point, he was about to pass out from the blood loss to his brain. It was at that point that I decided, you know what? I don't usually use weapons, but this is an exception. The blade is at a point to where it's almost at the tip, so I can, pretty much looks like it's a position, where it looks like I can maybe put a fist or a foot at the back of the knife. Take a guess where that knife went. Any guesses?
And one sailor goes, right up his ass!
Okay, technically you're not wrong because he was an asshole, but I digress. No, 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 no. I've took a few steps back, and Nero probably
By the way,
remembers this.
as you've been telling the story, there's been coin changing hands. They've been making bets. So the guy that went right up his ass, and you went no, and he went shit, and dug in his pouch and dropped 3 gold coins in the guy's hand next to him.
So it's at this point I take 3 steps about no, not 3, about 4, 5, 6 steps back. And Nero probably remembers that I told it this way because I'm pretty sure that I remember telling her that I took quite a ways steps back. And I ran full sprint towards this corpse, basically a corpse, and I lifted myself up to the air, feet first, into what's basically almost a mid-air baseball slide, but not really. I'd call it maybe about a drop kick. About a slide. About a slide, but not really. It's still in the air. My 2 feet went full force straight into the butt of the knife. Blade went completely into the skull. The gnoll instantly dropped dead. And it was at that point, when I was finished, that I slowly stood up and I looked around for the child that I had just somehow rescued. And I found Nira hiding in a small shrubbery. And this shrubbery, no, it wasn't anything special. Don't worry about the shrubbery. Anyway,
And more coin changes hands.
so I've spread apart the shrubbery, and I see this small framed, innocent-looking tiefling.
And one guy goes, that must have been a sight. Nira shoots him a dirty look. And the captain just laughs his ass off. Remember, demonic origins.
I did not bat an eye. I had no reaction other than to offer my arms out, and to my surprise, and she'll probably deny this, but I know the truth.
Wholeheartedly.
But I know the truth. She hugged me. With tears in her eyes, she hugged me and wasn't necessarily like going off on a tangent of being grateful, but she was grateful. And in his best of a language that a child could muster.
A child that only spoke fucking infernal at the time, but and she's like mumbling that to herself.
And so, this point, her attackers are taken care of. And it's at this point that I was going to, as that point, I set her down. And I surprised her with my knowledge of what language she was speaking. I talk to her in the language that is very rare here. And when I spoke, it was a shocker, but at the same time, the words I said really meant something. What I told her was that she has her own choice on what she wants to do next. And what do you know? I'm followed. No, actually, I definitely welcomed her, and we have had rocky, let me just be honest here. No, I'm not lying, Nira. Shut up. Rocky relationship, friendship. Let's get that clear, because I know all of you motherfuckers looking at me right now are thinking it. I know you're thinking it, and I can tell even the captain's thinking it.
And the captain just kind of looks away like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Sure. And at that point, we form such a strong bond that we essentially see ourselves as family. And it was also at this point that many adventures had happened for us. And now, at the moment we are standing on, I strive to continue that bond. And it's thanks to all of you that I actually finally felt like I gave a damn. Of, you may ask, actually giving a damn enough to just open myself up. Because you don't know what I've been through. You don't know any of that. You only know what stories I have told you here.
And one sailor goes, yeah, it's just the one. We want more.
Give it time. And before anyone asks, yes, you can have the second tankard. I'm just having one. Let's keep it slow on that. I might do more. Maybe. Maybe. But let's take that slow. I'll just have one tonight.
And they cheer. Even the captain's in on it.
Mm.
So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. We're actually walking out of the room at this point. Most of them have passed out drunk. Some are still telling stories. And the moment that door closes behind us, Nira looks at you and goes, so, did you have fun?
Let's just not talk about it.
No, no, I want my answer.
You're gonna
Did
keep.
you have fun?
The answer is no.
And she rolls her eyes and goes, I don't believe that. Ooh, thunder. Sorry. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Oh, wait, I saw lightning. Yeah. It's like, I
Like,
set up and I just kind
woo!
of like take out, it's like, woo, shiny.
But yes, sure, believe what you want. I already told you before that I was put into that situation, so I decided to just carry myself forward and then be done with it.
And you can see her smile, and she goes, "No, I think you enjoyed telling that story to them in all the full detail." And she lightly pokes him in the Noril in the chest. "You had fun, and it didn't kill you."
It's actually very surprising that you couldn't see that it was an act.
And she shakes her head and goes, "Doesn't matter. You still had fun." And she reaches into her cloak and she pushes the note to your chest and goes, "A deal's a deal," and makes her way down, leaving you standing there. Knowing full damn well you had fun. You just won't tell her that.
Norl then
Gotta
slowly,
keep up that big tough brother image that she's got of you. Or that you think she has of you.
Norl slowly makes his way down to the room, looks at the door, looks at the piece of paper, and he says to himself, I do what I said I do. And he takes off the nail, pushes the note to the door, and puts the nail back on the door.
Nira's watching him from her door.
I'm always a
Quietly.
man of my I'm
He,
always a
he's
man
not
of
gonna
my
know.
word. I'm always a man of my word. And he opens the door and he closes it behind him as he walks in.
Not what I was expecting. I was expecting him to go in and then put the note on the inside of the door. Still, he's technically keeping his word. The note's on the door. Nira just won't see it.
And then Noril goes to the bed, meditates for a short while, and then takes a deep breath, exhale and exhales slowly. As he then lays down for sleep.
And that is this session.
Oh, woo!
Now, completely out of character before we end. Norl actually had fun.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
But
I,
he's
I mean, you'd think that.
no, with how you made him tell the story, Jake, despite the high roll and you were performing, basically your role for performance was to act out some of the actions that you were doing in the story. That's what that role was. As a DM, I can't, while you're being a player, I can't really tell you that information, but that's what that was for. Noril had fun. The only reason he's not going to admit it is he wants to keep up a tough guy image for Nira because she does look up to him and he knows it. He just doesn't want to show her weakness. Again, is what I get out of that. And in all honesty, that makes sense for the character too. After, you know, how she actually treated him when he ran off. And that does make a lot of sense character-wise. If you'd actually said yes, he had fun, that'd have been a decent amount of character growth.
Or just make assumptions of my character.
I have been planning on throwing in those inspiration things for, because I mean you can go against your flaws and your ideals and stuff like that. Uh, so if you ever decide to do that, I will get something to represent that where you can throw it back at me and change something in the game. Um, if it's too much of like a Mary Sue kind of thing, I will throw a stipulation on it. I do really like that idea from Brick Road's campaign. I do want to start throwing those at you guys.
Okay.
So if Noril had actually admitted to having fun, I had to throw that at him. But you're gonna play your character to the T. That's perfectly fine. Like eventually, Nira is gonna get over that. I am slow to trust others. That is going to happen. I have plans for that to happen. And in all honesty, this session I actually took my ideal and ran with it.
Mm.
Her ideal is change. Life is like the season, in constant change, and we must change with it. That's why her and Noril are butting heads. Noril's stuck in his ways, and Nira's like, change is a thing. This needs to happen.
Okay.
That's why she pushed him so hard to go and sit with the sailors and take him up on that offer. I'm playing my character just as well as Jake is. You
Yeah.
gotta take each aspect of your character into consideration when you're doing an RP heavy session.
Yeah.
Like in combat, that ideal isn't gonna really
Yeah.
work too well because of the rules of the game. Like our previous little dungeon crawl where we dealt with the goblins and the ogre and all that. That was Nira playing to her bond. I
Mm.
protect those who cannot protect themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, those traits we had you guys pick from the list aren't there for you to go, okay, no, they're there for a reason. And Jake and I basically showed off that reason this session.
Okay.
I still think you threw the bus at that poor girl, you bastard.
Oh well. That's all I
And
can say.
are you okay would have been a very good answer, and you would have gotten a little bit more out of her than her running away.
Yeah.
We will. And I mean, she's still gonna be, shy and a little apprehensive towards Noril, but she doesn't hate him.
No.
So there's always next week. I'm gonna throw her at you again next week.
Great.
And it's not because I want to fuck. Okay, it's because I want to fuck with you. But that's part of the reason. Hey, being DM, you get those liberties. You get to fuck with people. It's fun.
Yeah.
I get to push you guys to play your characters better.
Yeah,
Like
I just
I
this session I was really tired, so
yes,
forgive
and
me if I
I
didn't do
understand
much at all. I was just like
that.
my brain was
That's
dead.
fine. This one was pick on Norl. I picked
Okay.
up on the fact that you and Peld were pretty much burned out at this point, so this one turned into a pick on Norl. And I'm gonna pick on him a little bit more here and there, but I'm also gonna start picking on you guys a little bit more too. And I'm gonna start pushing you to actually play your characters um, to those traits. The same thing goes for Peld. Hey man, follow the those ideals and things that you picked out. I'm gonna start using them against you, and you're gonna have to learn to work with it. The whole indecisive thing on your actions and whatnot. Uh, we're gonna push past that.
Okay.
So um, your actions in combat, you guys are getting a lot better at it. You're thinking ahead. Not you're not thinking 3 moves ahead like I am, or Sora or Jake is, but you're getting there.
Yeah.
So far, you guys are like, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I could do, and this is what the 3 things for combat are: this is what I can do, this is what I could do, and this is what I will do.
All right.
And as we cycle through our turns, those are the 3 things I want you to think about. And those are the 3 big things for D&D combat. Is what you can do, what you should, what you could do, and what you will do.
Okay.
Yes, listening to everybody's how they're acting and moving and whatnot is important to know what's going on the battlefield, but you also have to be thinking ahead. And that right there is one of the biggest issues of being a rookie player. Is a lot of rookie players don't seem to think ahead that far.
I mean, I was
Um,
thinking somewhat, but like I said, I was tired.
and I'm saying this for like as a combat situation. You guys are
Yeah.
getting really good at combat. So
Yeah.
for the next couple of sessions we're gonna do RP stuff.
Okay.
Um, we're gonna focus more on developing your characters instead of just running off and fighting something.
Alrighty.
Uh, Essentially, what and a lot of people don't seem to get this is D&D isn't just math and fighting. It's a story that the players write.
Yeah.
I'm here to hold your hand and guide you along the path. What happens along said path is up to you.
Yeah.
I can throw an obstacle in the way, but how you get around that obstacle is up to you guys.
Okay.
And that's why I push the think ahead, or play your character the way, like, VS is a little batshit crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
She a little fucked in the head. Um, one too many acorns. I'm guessing. I don't know. But we're gonna push her past that. I'm gonna push you guys to your limits and then beyond. That's what I want to do with RP
Well,
sessions. Is I wanna push you to where you're uncomfortable,
yeah.
like I did with Jake, and then push you past that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna keep you guys in your nice little comfort bubbles. I want to get you guys out, and I want to help you guys to understand the world and build upon it yourselves.
All right.
That's why if you've got an idea for the campaign or an area you want to go, you were searching online and you found a map, send it to me or Jake. Jake will send it to me and we'll look it over, test it in the tabletop, and if it works and we can make it work, we can build something around it. If you
What was that?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what happened. Did he fall off of Discord?
I think you did.
Yeah. Rip.
But anyways, yes, we're gonna for the next couple of sessions, things are going to be very RP heavy, very role play heavy.
Yeah, what I
Uh,
was gonna say was, yeah, I could tell you why she's crazy, but I want the other players to figure it out.
to figure it out or discover it later. Yeah,
Yes, I want the characters to figure it out, because they didn't really talk to her much. So they only know her by, what she does at this point. They don't know her history. So,
right.
so if they do, then sure. I'll definitely I'll definitely make her do something or say something about it. But yeah, since no one spoke up about it, I can't really say, you know. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that she's crazy, but there's a reason why. So you just gotta
derped,
find
didn't
out.
I?
Yes, you derped big time.
Oh my god. I pulled a Jake.
No.
I was being heartfelt with this, and I'm like, all of a sudden it hits me. I'm like, I fucking
Yeah.
did that, didn't I? Son of
You
a
were saying
bitch.
something and then it just was like cut off. I'm like, uh.
And I just kept fucking going.
I bet.
As I was saying before Discord rudely kicked me in the ass, this session I pushed Jake's character outside of his comfort zone to see how he would react.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that with everybody. The only one I'm probably not going to do it to is Sora.
Well, obviously.
Sora's already playing his character very well.
But yeah, as I
But then
was
again,
saying,
he
huh?
he's got more D&D under his belt than us.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said to Jake, is that there is a reason why she's crazy, but she hasn't told anybody. So,
Ooh.
yeah, there's a reason behind her craziness. You just gotta find out.
There's a
No one's asked her, so
there's a method to her madness.
yes.
I've actually said that to my boss. He's like, "Why are you doing a lawn like this?" I'm like, "There's a method to my madness. Just shut up and watch." Because like when I do a spray a lawn, I do the entire back, and then I'll do one side, and then if there's another side yard on the other side of the house, I will walk my hose. I'll whack my hose
Whack,
down the
whack,
sidewalk.
whack, whack.
I'll walk my hose down the sidewalk until I feel I have enough hose out to do that one side. And I did that. My boss is watching me. He goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "Just you'll see." And then I come back and then I do it with no problems. And I do that as a reason to not break anything. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pushing everybody, but maybe Sora, outside their comfort zone quite often to push your character traits.
Yeah.
And I think our biggest obstacle right now is Peld and his serious indecisiveness. He's getting
Yeah.
better in combat. Oh God.
Yeah, he's way better in combat right now, but yeah,
Yeah.
RP wise, he
Because
doesn't really do much.
yeah.
It's
Well, I think
also
our
the factor that I also am used to text RPs rather than, making things up
do
as, you know.
okay. Do you want to know how to use that skill
I,
in verbal?
yeah. Like, I mean, I do some, but I'm not, like, terribly that great.
Type it out in your head.
Okay.
That's what I do. Most of the RP I did after my first D&D session stuff, I did online through text. You just
Hmm.
type it out in your head and then let it flow.
Okay.
And it works. And then eventually you'll get comfortable and you'll just be able to do it.
Alright.
I mean, it works with actions and like if your character's going to move a certain way and you're descriptive enough in your head, you can describe it. Yeah, it's just a text. All this is a text RP that you speak. That's it.
Okay.
This is the best way to go around it. To think about it.
Alrighty.
And the other big thing is, like I was saying, for combat, you know, like you see how I act in combat, how Sora acts in combat.
Yeah.
We're not just in the moment. We're also thinking, like, what our next turn is gonna be, and the turn after that.
Yeah.
When I use Hellish Rebuke, I'm literally using it as a reaction. That's what that is. It's like, oh, I got hit. Boom, you're on fire now.
Like
And
right
then I
now
pat
with
myself down and
combat
go,
for me, I could actually, think ahead maybe one turn or two at this
yeah.
point.
Um, the only reason I can think like 2, 3, 4, 5 turns ahead is because I really can't do a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, that's true. I
I
mean,
got
you are the
2
DM after
spells.
all.
There's that, but I only have, if I wasn't the DM like when Sora was in charge,
Yeah.
I only have 2 spells. I can only cast 2 spells at a time right now. I'm not gonna get another spell cast until I'm like next level. I think.
Hmm.
Give me a second. Yeah, warlocks are by far, out of all the magic users in the game, are pretty much useless for magic. They have to have another way to attack, and that's why I have the Pact Blade.
Hmm.
Uh, what level are we? Oh no, that's cantrips. Spell
Mm,
slots. Yeah, I'm not
we're
gonna get another spell slot
we're level
until
9.
I hit level 11,
Wow.
and then I go up to 3. The max number of spells I can cast per short rest is 4, and that doesn't happen till 17th level.
Hmm.
Yeah. yeah, so like I can know a lot of spells, but I have to be very picky about what I use.
Yeah.
And that's why like you see me like in combat, I have to think several moves ahead because it's like, do I want to use a spell this turn? Do I want to use a? I mean, I can throw cantrips around all fucking day and not have a problem. But
Yeah.
do I want to hit him with with a blight? Is that something I want to do? Do I want to risk that spell slot that I could use on something else?
Yeah.
Then there's the fact that okay, I'm 110% done with your bullshit spell. Yeah, that yeah, warlocks great support for dealing with enemies in combat for damage. Outside of that, they're kind of useless. I'd be take a look through our spell list for fuck's sake, and you'll see it's like, well, a lot of their spells aren't really made to attack.
Hmm.
Like my cantrips. Let's see here. For ranged, I have basically Eldritch Blast and Poison Spray.
Well.
And I think maybe Blade Ward. I think. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of spells for combat. Yeah, Blade Ward is not an attack spell. That's why I kind of duck back and try to do the whole leadership thing. Then again, our party's crazy like a bag of cats.
Yeah. That's true.
Um, but yeah, I don't have a whole lot of ways to attack with spells.
Ah.
Like I think my um, my second level spells, Cloud of Daggers, I think is about the only thing that really does damage. Wave Enfeeblement. Yeah, that. I mean, fourth level, the only thing I can fight back with is Blight. Fifth, Contact Other Plane, Dream, Hold Monster, Scrying. I can't fight anything at fifth with fifth level magic.
Hmm.
Same thing with ninth level. I can hold an enemy with imprisonment, but I can't hurt them with it. Most of
Hmm.
my magic is more support type magic, like debuffs and stuff.
Hmm.
That's why a warlock isn't really something you want to throw a rookie player at.
Yeah, sounds like
Druid,
it.
you got a lot of stuff you can fight back with.
Yeah, that's true. And also a
The
lot of
same thing
things that
goes
can
for
be like distractions.
yes.
Like
Um,
bringing up animals friends to be able to go and attack for you, or fairies or something. You can conjure things as well.
mm-hmm.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, sorcerers. Peld picked a good class, or we've recommended a good class for Peld as a starter class.
Yeah.
Most of his spells will do damage. Sora, broken. The wizard can
Yeah,
basically take any damn well spell they damn well please.
yeah. I was gonna say you could just leave it at broken and we're done.
Yeah,
I also can heal
and I
somewhat too
yeah,
because of the good
um,
berries and all
the
that.
wizard wouldn't be able to heal.
I also
But
have mass
like,
cure wounds too. That was my new one I got.
oh, nice.
So yeah.
But yeah, for you taking a druid at as a rookie player, I would consider that more of like an intermediate class.
True.
Um, but I let it slide anyway because, like, you know what? I've never seen a druid outside of Planescape.
Mm.
Yet nobody wants to fucking play Planescape with me.
Ah.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
I would literally be Mort, the talking skull from Planescape Torment,
Okay.
and not shut the fuck up. I liked Mort. Mort was fun. But yeah, like a bard, those are buffs and healing and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think any of their cantrips cause damage. No, vicious mockery. That's it. Yeah, if you can take detect magic, don't.
Why?
Yeah, you can take because I can turn that shit on and off without a penalty or wasting a spell slot.
Well, I haven't, so.
That's why warlocks are fun. Oh, that's equipment. I don't need that right now.
That's another one I should probably use sometimes. Hmm.
Because I get these eldritch invocations, and one of them. No, that's not the sheet I need. I think it's this one. Um, Eldritch Sight. Cast detect magic whenever.
Hmm.
Yep, Eldritch Sight. You can cast detect magic at will without expending a spell slot. Yeah, I can literally go. Yeah, you can literally walk up to me and go, "Is this magical?" And I blink and go, "No." Or, yeah, that's magical. And then, of course, like Devil's Sight, I can see 120 feet in both magical and non-magical darkness. So if someone casts a darkness spell, which basically blinds everybody in the party, I'll be fine. My next invocation, I'll be taking the one that will allow my Eldritch Blast to push my enemy 10 feet back,
Hmm.
because that'll be a lot of fun. That knoll is standing precariously close to that cliff. Good. Whee!
Sam go ah off the
It'd
cliff.
probably be more of a demonic kind of.
Yeah.
Because I looked them up. Yeah, the gnolls are demonic creatures.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, when Jake, said the thing about their intelligence, I'm gonna look this up. Yeah, they ain't bright.
Yeah. Well, I guess I shall stop the stream. Might as well.